It's the Bommarito Automotive Group 500. We are getting underway for the end of the INDYCAR season in 2024. Welcome to Worldwide Technology Raceway. Let's head down for opening race ceremonies.
Department Honor Guard presents our nation's colors. Here to honor America with the performance of our national anthem, please welcome Senior Airman Jesse Donovan from the United States Air Force.
We are closing up on 260 laps ahead of us here at the Bommarito Automotive Group 500. Alongside me in the commentary box is Josh T and Matthew Owens, our usual Worldwide Technology Raceway crew starting to come in. Good afternoon to you, Matthew. Very nice to see you back on here as well. What an interesting day we have. I can't wait. The championship run starts now. Only a few races left. And Scotty Mack on pole position. Nothing better can happen. Hello.
Yes, hello. I don't know how we always seem to end up together for this race, but we do. And ready to go again. This is going to be a spectacular race. Great racetrack. It is it's a classic IndyCar oval. Mildly banked, short bull ring, mile and a quarter. A lot can happen around here, and it happens very quickly indeed. You mentioned the championship. Less than 60 points separating first to fourth coming into tonight. This is going to be a fun race, and if it all goes well, it's going to be a quick race too. Drivers starting at the back are going to have to get to the front extremely quickly because this is a quick race.
25-second lap time. Average speeds we saw in qualifying at 179 mile an hour. Josh T with us as well. He'll be diving in and out of the pit lane as well to keep us up to date with all the other information. JT, always fun here for Bommarito. Worldwide Technology Raceway gives us some great racing. As Matthew said, Palou leads the title, Power and Dixon the top three. And you were in Toronto with Jackson, who's not with us this evening. He's be back with us at Portland when he goes trackside. But we're really into the business end of the season now. And Palou, one hand on, but Will Power's come out of nowhere. He's really had a strong second half of the season.
Yeah, hello. I'm not meant to be here, but I am. Things change. It's good to be here. But yeah, Gateway, an incredible circuit, and it always delivers in IndyCar. And it also has stuff that you don't expect, like Colton Herter with an absolutely demolished rear wing completing his qualifying lap, being chased down, being pursued, you could say, by an AMR safety truck, which was quite a funny sight to see as well. I didn't realise that the AMR safety team had to qualify to take part in the race as well.
Apparently so.
But yeah, it is always an incredible circuit, and yeah, it's always us three that end up on this race. I don't know how.
It always is. Are we on USRM 2, Matthew? Have you got us on?
Yes, absolutely.
Fantastic. Excellent. That was one thing I wanted to look forward to having on. Let's take a quick look at how they stand then in the championship. As we said, Palou leads on 411, Power's on 362, Dixon's on 358. But as you say, behind, Colton Herter comes into the mix as well, 57 points back. Pato Ward, 71 back. Scott McLaughlin, 83 back. And then Kyle Cook at 97 back. So, Matthew, who's your hunt for the title? Who do you say is up there as like, okay, these are the ones we've got to start taking notice of going into the final few races?
Well, I don't mean to be boring here, but we have now seen a couple of times when Alex Palou gets the championship lead, he holds on to it like a Rottweiler with a rump roast. He does not let it go. And a 49-point lead with 5 races remaining, trying to catch him is going to be very, very difficult. Now, maybe this is a place where it could happen. Obviously, we end the season, 4 of the last 5 races on ovals. That's not great for him. Not to say that he hasn't been good and can't be successful on the ovals, but that certainly would lend me to saying the experienced drivers like Power and Dixon, second and third in the championship standings, maybe those two could come back and take it from him. And of course, Colton Herta, he can win anywhere if he can just cut down on some of this bad luck that we've talked about that he's had for so many years. 57 points back, maybe he can make a run as well. Pato Award, 4 of the last 5 on ovals, that helps him, but he might be too far back, 71 back.
Absolutely, Pato won winner on July the 7th at Mid-Ohio as well. And then we go over as well to home front. He took Scott McLaughlin in the first race, and then in the one-step 250, it was Will Power. Colton Herta taking over at Toronto. In terms of upcoming races, we've got coming up, not that long left in the championship. Just 5 races left. Bommarito Automotive Group 500 today at Madison, Illinois. Then it's the BitNile.com Grand Prix of Portland. That's on August 25th in a week's time. August 31st, we have the Hy-Vee Milwaukee Mile 250 Race 1. The next day, on September 1st, we have Race 2, another 250 miles. And then it all wraps up, of course, at the Big Machine Music City Grand Prix, which I don't know why we're calling it a Grand Prix, considering we're going to be on the Nashville Super Speedway. It's an oval, and I don't ever remember a Grand Prix being on an oval, Matthew. It's a bit of a weird one.
Oh, goodness. And, of course, that race clashes with a NASCAR playoff race.
Yep.
Oh, brilliant things happening. Of course, this race getting punted to another network because of a NASCAR race going long right now due to rain, and it sounds like they're about to restart that NASCAR race while it's raining in overtime.
Oh, that's a good idea, isn't it?
That'll be fun. But yes, that's an intriguing schedule. It's been a long time since we've had a schedule like that to end an IndyCar season with so many ovals packed on top of each other. Of course, going to Milwaukee for the first time in a long, long time for a doubleheader there. That's going to be very exciting. But yeah, we're going to see a really fun end to this season. And Palou's going to have to absorb a lot of pressure from a lot of guys coming at him from behind.
I'm just having a look now at the clashes between the NASCAR and IndyCar, because I was supposed to be on the remaining IndyCar races of the season, but I'm looking quite nervously at the dates coming forward as well as, guess what, because it's an Xfinity race, it's taking me straight there, which is not great. I need to be on Cup to see the schedule. So NASCAR takes us, tomorrow's race, that's fine. So I need the Coke Zero Sugar 400. That's next week. Oh, that's 12:30 a.m. That's fine. Hang on a minute. Is it? 11 p.m. for Hy-Vee. Yeah, that's fine. Week later, a direct clash between Darlington and the first mile race. Oh, great. That's always fun. And a direct clash in Atlanta on the season finale. No, it should be fun. Yeah, it's Watkins Glen, isn't it? It's always going to be great. Season so much thumbs up with that one. Still, Matthew, you know this place in the title hunt. Why don't you give us a little bit of your magic? Sum up what we're going to be experiencing here on the 500-mile race.
Well, I think it's going to be a very fun race coming up tonight. Like I said, it's going to be a fun finish to the season, obviously. And I'll tell you what I can't wait for is I can't wait to see how all the strategy plays out. We talk about strategy all the time when it comes to IndyCar. But on these ovals, they do take, it looks differently, the strategy does on ovals, because of how you don't have the two different tire compounds, and a lot of teams like to follow each other, a lot of teams that also like to, some teams, like to go off strategy. We're going to see all of that tonight, not to mention we're also going to see a changing track condition too. We're going to start this race with the sun still directly high in the sky. It's St. Louis in the summer. It feels about 90 degrees or so, but by the time this race ends, temperatures are going to be in the 80s, maybe even the high 70s. The track's going to change a lot tonight, so a lot of unknowns about this race. Oh, by the way, remember the NASCAR race, the Cup race we had here on this racetrack earlier this year? That gave us a thriller with Ryan Blaney running out of gas, coming to the white flag. Hopefully we get another thrilling race here tonight.
It's time to head downstairs for the command to be given.
The command for the Bommarito Automotive Group 500. Please welcome the president of Bommarito Automotive Group, John Bommarito.
On behalf of the Bommarito Automotive Group and over 1,000 team members here today, I want to personally welcome all the race fans in the audience today and YouTube sensation, the guys, as well as everybody watching from home. This is the Bommarito Automotive Group 500, one of the greatest shows on four wheels. Race fans, are you ready? After the race, don't forget, log on to Bommarito.com.
Just give the command!
Where you can buy, sell, or trade your next vehicle. Let's get this party started.
Please.
Drivers! Start your engine!
Starting up.
Does it need words, Matthew? That was ridiculous.
Most famous words in motorsports. All of that. Sure.
Just, the entire sentence. It's supposed to be, drivers, start your engines. 4 simple words. And he managed to turn it into like 2.5 minutes. It's like that one we had a couple of years ago, wasn't it? Where they just rambled on. Oh my God. Well, we got.
I mean, it would be nice if we didn't have, 3 paragraphs to give them. Okay.
It was Bob Automotive as well. It was fantastic. It's like the amount of times I heard Bob and Bommarito and all that lot, I was like, oh, it was ridiculous. Away they go on the warm-up laps around the oval. Now, NBC call it the St. Louis 500. But it's the Bommarito Automotive Group 500. Which one is it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sponsorship does go to the Bommarito Automotive Group. I don't know. I don't know how that works with the TV graphics and the networks. That can be a mess sometimes.
I think we need to get some sponsorship in. That'd be funny. Let them sponsor us for a change. If you didn't see qualifying yesterday, boy oh boy was it exciting. It really was actually quite close between them all on the running order. Colton Herta losing it on his lap, touching the wall, Matthew, breaking the suspension. He now starts down in 25th position, but he wasn't the other one. Jack Harvey and Catherine Legg having problems as well.
Yeah, and watching Colton Herta coming from that deep in the field is going to be amazing to watch. We mentioned it already. He's still in this championship hunt. Has a lot of points and positions to gain to get to become a true championship contender. It's got to start today. We know how good he's been here in the past. We know how much bad luck he's had on some of these ovals in the past. Watching him trying to weave his way through from 25th on the grid is going to be amazingly fun for us to watch. But he's got to bide his time as best as he can. Now, obviously, that's difficult. On these short ovals like this, the leaders, the drivers in clean air, they're going to come up quick to the tail end of the field. But he's got to be patient. He's got to bide his time. Can't do anything stupid here off the start.
McLaughlin's on pole, Malukas alongside him, and Newgarden complete the front row. Power, Kirkwood and Grosjean line up on row 2. Then it's Ericsson, O'Ward and Daly Armstrong, Rosenquist, VK, Rossi, Rahal, Fittipaldi, and then taking through with Palou, the championship leader, down in 16th, Ferrucci and Lundqvist, Dixon in 19th, from Siegel, Carpenter, Simpson, Lundgaard, Stingray Robin 24th, Herter 25th, from Harvey, and Catherine Legg in 27th position as well. Back this weekend in the ever-changing, ever-evolving 51 car that has had more seats than Top Gear has had hosts. JT coming in for this one. You've been out a racetrack already, so you've got the petrol in your lungs as well. What are you expecting coming into today's 260 laps?
Chaos, but if anyone wrecks, it is nowhere near as bad as some of the cars that were at the meeting tonight. But I am still trying to figure out how in the world Colton Herter was able to, well, effectively save his car from being wrecked, because he was able to hit it so square on that he was able to continue to drive away, and without any breaking any of his four wheels and all of that as well, just the rear wing assembly. But yeah, it was the Speedworth Banger World Series final today. The final two wildcard positions available for the official World Championship final late in 7 weeks' time, I think, at Ipswich. But yeah, there was
Ipswich.
Yeah, there was a wild card race. Winner gets the wild card.
Yeah.
And there was also an entertainers league, where the person with the most entertainer points gets into the World Championship final. So let's just say there was some pretty damaged cars. Let's just say that there was a lot of burning rubber and a lot of radiator oil and other types of oils and all of that stuff. And let's just say when I was down in the pits, all I could smell was sparks.
Well, you can watch all that on the JBMotorsports members page. It'll be uploaded soon as well.
Monday,
there you go. Let's take a look at INDYCAR. Oh, it's the eyes, face, and
a very quick sponsor. Probably not meant to have shown that at that current moment. How quickly they faded that away.
I was in Ipswich earlier this morning, don't you know, as they lost to Liverpool 2-0.
Oh, they did lose. Yeah, Liverpool's going to beat them, and everyone's now saying it's all good. If you want to watch along with the Premier League, delighted to announce that we're starting a match of the day coverage on JB Motorsports as well, in a new channel that'll be announced on, it gets made tomorrow and gets premiered on Monday. Tom Dillon will be taking you through your first game on Monday, I think linking up with some of USRN stuff as well, with the watch-along graphics. But yeah, Matthew, for once, you're not alone. I'm terrible at football as well, you know, but I'm going to do a couple of games.
That'll be great. Leicester and Tottenham on Monday, as I think we are getting queued up for the start here. And this is going to be a fun race, Josh, and let's get going in St. Louis.
Out of the last corner then, Scott McLaughlin and David Malukas. Malukas always runs well here. He's been second best so much. He wants to be numero uno. 5 races left in the championship. It's time. Green flag. We go racing at the Bommarito Automotive Group 500. And immediately into turn 1, McLaughlin's got like a 2-car advantage over Malukas. Newgarden's going to get swamped by Power on the outside line as we head down out of 2 to 3 and 4, Matthew. And it's a great start for McLaughlin, but Penske's are coming up fast.
Nearly a coming together between those two Penske's, Power and McLaughlin in the first set of corners. Power got by Power and Newgarden, rather. Power did get through in the third, and he's already closed in on Malukas at the end of lap 1. Here he goes in turn 1 for second.
Down low and takes it. So it's Penske 1-2. And coming up now also will be Joseph Newgarden. Romain Grosjean's moved up into 5th position, but the McLaren's on the back of him too. Look at 01. And there goes on the inside line. That's Newgarden getting ahead of Grosjean. As I said, up to 4th position. The computer already put in there. Now it's just changed over again. Kyle Kirkwood battling with Marcus Armstrong, JT, as they come out of 3. But look at Colton Herter already making moves up the field.
Yep, Colton Herter continuing to make his moves. He is looking to go around Rahal for 18th already. he is making that move, and he pulls back and now pulls down on the inside line, going down in towards turn 3. They're side by side, and Colton Herta easily gets ahead on his charge to the front of the field.
I'm loving this, Matthew, already. We're only, what, 30 seconds in or something like that. We've already got so much action, and that's what this track gives us, is down low, Pato O'Ward thinks about a move, and this is her to start, Matthew.
He's already picked up 7 positions after that pass on Rahal. This is amazing. They fanned out in front of him. He went 4 wide, straight in the middle of a 4 wide sandwich. He went to the inside of Scott Dixon. What a start here from Colton Herta. We knew he would be exciting to watch, but my goodness, picked up 7 spots in the first 2 laps, as meanwhile Power has applied the target straight to the back of his teammate McLaughlin for the lead.
Yeah, and David Malukas is holding on. We're watching the replay of Colton Herta, as Matthew said, slicing and dicing. Everyone got stuck behind the number 6 as well, for a little bit of Nolan Siegel in the Arrow McLaren. But I believe Herta is now ahead of him and into 17th position. Yes, that is true. Live pictures on the bottom right-hand side of our monitor, as now they go full screen, and Power is closing back in on McLaughlin, as now, side by side, that is going to be, was that Carl Kirkwood getting ahead of Pato O'Ward? I think it was. Yes, it was, for 7th.
Yep, Kirkwood up to 7th. That was a very bad start for Newgarden, too. As we mentioned, he got taken by Power and Grosjean. He's gotten back by Grosjean. That's surprising to see. Now, Newgarden having to fend off Marcus Ericsson, who's past Grosjean. What a much-needed good run Marcus Ericsson needs. And Grosjean is in trouble again in turn 1. Here's Kirkwood sticking it in around the outside in turn 2.
Almost into the wall for Kirkwood as well. He would not give it up. And here comes Joseph Newgarden coming up. Grosjean's having to go defensive as Kirkwood's going to send it up high round the outside. High line to say there's contact between the two. And they stay on the track. Wow!
Well, that's impossible. That is impossible to believe that there wasn't a crash. Meanwhile, here's Malukas going after Power for 2nd in turn 1. Power was going offensive for the lead, but he's been taken by Malukas, and then behind him, Ericsson goes to the outside of Newgarden, who sharpens up the elbows, but Ericsson makes the pass.
They can't keep going like this. It's going to end in tears. They're all running together. Caution's out. Someone's gone off, and that's a contact, and that off the track is Catherine Legg. Further is Ed Carpenter running ahead, so the two who only won the 500-mile races have managed to come together. Catherine Legg looks like she's out of the race, and there's a broken rear wing, yes, for Ed Carpenter.
That's a shame for Ed. The oval specialist has barely made it 10 laps, hasn't made it 10 laps. He might be able to continue. He is coming back towards pit road. Catherine Legg, I don't see much damage there either. Maybe they might both get away with this. Oh, I'm glad that was the caution and not what looked like could create the caution at the front. Oh my gosh, we twice could have had an airplane crash.
Romain Grosjean, again, proving that he won't like to speak. Right, let's take a look at it. We're going to see a replay now on our... no, yes, we are. Oh no, this is her to start with them going to a commercial break as well onto the safety car. While we're out then, 7 complete, let's check in with Tom Gaymore. Time.
Old stuff from Colton Herta there. It looks like he's on a computer game, making it look so easy. Don't forget he's driving an 800 brake horsepower INDYCAR as he makes it 3-4 wide and just sides through the field up to turns 1 and 2. We're under caution here at Gateway, lap 9. That's certainly going to help Scotty Mack, who was pushing the air there at the front. He was desperate to get Will Power in and amongst it to try and share that load, and that was not the case. It's David Malukas now up to 2nd place. Joseph Newgarden has dropped behind Marcus Ericsson, and I want to see a replay of that touch between Carl Kirkwood and Romain Grosjean in 3 and 4. They are wide open through 3 and 4. That is the state of play around this Gateway. It's a lift and down 2 gears for turns 1 and 2. You may even see a little break at the end of a stint if the deg is high for turns 1 and 2, but they're pretty much wide.
Oh, hello, Matthew. Pit stops are galore here, 3 wide.
Well, I thought that was 3 McLarens, but it's 2 McLarens and a Dixon that nearly come together on we went through this in Indianapolis. Does there have to be
imposter
so
among
many orange cars?
They are changing the rear wing. They are too many orange cars. Christopher DeHard says that Catherine Legg is out of the car. She got into Ed Carpenter's left rear and as the pair went through turn 1. Not that we've seen that up here in the commentary box on the replay cameras yet, but thank you, NBC. Yay. Has it gone through?
Everybody says Fox is going to be a disaster next year,
I don't think they would. I think they'll be better. Still be the same production company, but under their control. So, do you know, honestly, ever since I've said it all year long, NBC's coverage has been shocking from IndyCar.
Yeah.
And I guess they knew from the start of the year that they were losing the contract, so they just haven't cared. And certainly ever since NASCAR came back, they've not given any toffee.
Yeah, that does seem like it's how it happens every year that they've had this big deal. Feels like that they have gone big at the first part of the season, lead up to Indy, but then once NASCAR comes back, they really do just fall off a cliff on their coverage. And now this year, in a lame duck next handful of weeks, they're just not paying attention at all to the sport, which is a shame.
I mean, their lead commentator left. Let's remember that as well.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. Timing's gone off for the first time today. Someone start the clock. That didn't take long, did it?
Now, of course, I am guessing Lee did not leave, probably instructed to leave from IndyCar to NASCAR. I don't know if that was voluntary on his part or not, but if that makes any difference, I don't know. But
let's have a look then what happens.
Finally, we're going to see this.
It's Catherine's fault.
Oh, gosh, yeah, it is.
I don't know what she was thinking there.
No. I mean, to go that deep into the corner alongside another car in what, a battle for 25th?
Yeah.
Now this is an issue on pit road now. Scott Dixon very nearly ran into, who is that? That's Graham Rahal in the pit box, but it's a PPG fire suit, which would make it seem as if it's Newgarden. This pit road is very narrow, as we are getting ready for the restart, Josh, with McLaughlin, Malukas, Power, Ericsson, and Newgarden in the top 5.
Let's see how long it takes as we get the green flag again. Now look at Malukas. He's really stayed behind. The top 4 holding together. Ericsson's gone back. There's 3 wide with Kirkwood dropping back. Coming on the inside is O'Ward. He jumps 2 places. And it's pretty much status quo. But Kirkwood feeling a bit racy around the outside as we're back to green flag running.
Renus VK got a really good restart. Then he got bogged down in the center of the corner. He's in this lead group behind Pato O'Ward in 7th. Then Marcus Armstrong just in behind. Kyle Kirkwood again testing the outside. But we're all clean on the first lap off the restart. And it's tight at the front, and it's tight at the 5th position, where Joseph Newgarden has to defend from Pato O'Ward, shades of Indianapolis.
And I swear that's Daly versus Kirkwood, with Palou just sitting around the outside. Yeah, Daly's up to now. What a start from Connor Daly, replacing Agustin Canapino in the 78 squad for the rest of the year. Already up into 9th position, doing fantastically. Newgarden getting ahead, as now we're seeing on the onboard camera here, as Power takes McLaughlin for 2nd. David Malukas takes the lead of the race. Malukas leads as we head down into turn 1 once more. Well, Power...
Again unseen by us, but yes, David Malukas has somehow taken the lead.
Caution!
And, I mean, they are still in trouble off turn 2.
Now, is that Daly? Because Grosjean's involved too. I think the 2 Junkos cars got together.
Definitely Daly.
Yeah. Herta's dropped down as well. Sorry, yeah, Herta's dropped, and so's Grosjean. He's dropped down the order too. Yeah, Grosjean and Daly touched.
Back to editing, I guess.
Caution again.
Yeah, Daly went, I mean, a full spin there from Connor. Great save.
Lucky to not get collected.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, gosh, and is that Kyle Kirkwood on pit road?
Yes, crabbing with the rear puncture. So 3 involved in that one. So Kirkwood coming in with Grosjean and Daly. They've all come together.
They're so close here off the start and the restart. This is bound to happen. I mean, they haven't gotten spread out at all. I know we've made very short runs, but not once have they gotten spread out at all. and that was bound to happen again.
Yeah.
My gosh, that's how the night's gonna be. Jeez, buckle up.
Yeah, we've barely managed 11 minutes. We've had 2 cautions. Right, let's take a look at it again. Well, that's Newgarden going, and that's McLaughlin going slow.
Yeah, I saw that out of the corner of my eye, and then NBC changed the camera, and then all of a sudden we came back to it, and Malukas was in front.
Yeah.
And now, oh, that's right. This VK slowing down on the exit of turn 2, right in the path of Connor Daly, who got into the back of him. Then he gets run into from behind by Kirkwood, and then he gets run into from behind by Grosjean. Got all that?
So that's how it happened. Grosjean.
Yeah, well, and I noticed VK off the restart. He got a great restart, VK.
He did,
and then got bogged down massively in the center of the corner, and it looks like what happened to him here on the exit.
Oh, how unlucky was Kyle Kirkwood as well, just to get caught up in the accident as well. And he gets nerfed by Grosjean behind. Daly's gone round, and Grosjean loses a wing together.
That Marcus Armstrong going all the way down below the white line to miss it, and Colton Herta.
Well, into the pit lane has come Grosjean and Kirkwood. So we've got a bit of glitching on our side of the comms box at the moment. Iceman says, I think Malukas will win. Rod Brown says, go for it, Scotty Mack. Good on Colton. Herta probably should have been starting P2. If it wasn't for that accident, he would have been as well. So caution's out as we wait to see what's going to happen next.
Oh, gosh.
What have we got?
Just had a massive crash on the last lap of the Xfinity Series race at Michigan. Kyle Sieg has ended up upside down.
Oh my gosh.
Let's be honest. First of all, I hope everything's okay. Second of all, a wet overtime finish. What did they expect?
To be fair, they're asking for it, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, they threw the yellow for rain, then they threw the red, and then they made us wait a long time to dry the track for an overtime restart that they couldn't even get through.
Pit road changes coming through. There we go. Yay! I believe. Yes, there we go. Now behave, OBS, because you were fine in this. It was fine until it went off for the first time and we had the first caution. So now I've hit it with a hammer. Should be okay now. No, it just keeps crashing the driver tracker. Right, okay. I think it's working now. No, it's not working now. Right, okay. Into the pit lane again comes... Well, I'll be going back to green shortly, because that's one thing I don't want to do, is to lose out on things before we go to the green. There's Herta. Just losing out again. I swear to God, my iPad thinks it's having a meltdown. My iPad literally has mental breakdowns. It's so funny.
I do too.
Yeah. Honestly, I need a HDMI cable because for next season. I'm not doing this again. I thought Visor would be the best alternative on the main PC, but it's being an absolute pain in the bottom for the remainder of the year. It's because OBS doesn't like. So you go to do it, and then it crashes on you. There we go. I think that's it. Yeah, it's working-ish. Right, anyway, yellow's out. Malukas is the leader, and I think we're going to go green in the next 2 laps or so. But we've got 15 minutes in, Matthew. Yeah. And, yeah, with 2 cautions. Great. As you say, this is the evening for us all.
Well, they are just not getting separated whatsoever. They didn't on the initial start. They didn't on that last restart, and they are just. It's really fun to watch. It's extremely fun to watch. Oh my!
I can hear. That's not on the chat, by the way. That's an advert that NBC are playing. It's something about Verizon. I have no idea, but yeah. Yellow's still out and they're staying out. Okay.
That freaked me out for a moment. What is going on?
Confused the hell out of me.
Just having a look at the Xfinity crash. The car
Yes.
got loose, I can't tell what won. The 88 very nearly went airborne,
Yeah.
and then the 28 just wanted to use the 81 as a ramp.
I mean, yeah, that 28 car, Kyle Sieg, just lifted straight up. That was...
And then did a
Man.
roll back onto all fours on the grass.
Hopefully, Mother Nature will play nice with us tomorrow. I love Michigan. I absolutely love Michigan. It's a tremendous racetrack. INDYCAR should be there. Wink, wink.
Yep. Now,
And, I
if you've
am
seen what
hoping we get it in tomorrow.
the little owl has put in the NASCAR chat, how precipitation forms. 1. The sun heats the ocean. 2. Ocean water evaporates and rises into air. 3. Vapor cools and condenses, becomes droplets that form clouds. 4. Cloud Googles where is NASCAR racing next weekend.
It's so true.
Anyway, we're coming to the
Alright.
green.
We are, thank goodness. And let's see how this one goes, Josh, because at some point we need to get some laps in, or we're going to be here all night long, especially in your case.
I hope not. I've got a 5-hour round trip for an air show.
You two always try and curse
Tomorrow.
it. Yeah, I remember when you two cursed us and we were stuck until 5 a.m. because it started raining. Don't do
You're
that
welcome.
to us. That was 2 years ago as well. Right, third attempt, go! And look at Newgarden immediately under pressure from Marcus Ericsson as we come across the start line. And immediately as well, O'Ward going defensive as they come through 1 and 2 for the first time of the 3. And Malukas leads comfortably. O'Ward moves ahead, but Will Power on the back straight. Matthews going for the lead and takes it into 3.
Yeah, he went wide in turn 2, Power, got a great drive on the exit of the corner, and he surges past Malukas down the back straightaway and put Will Power to the lead. And still, we are all bunched up here. O'Ward darts to the inside of Newgarden going into turn 1. They are wheel to wheel.
Don't want to have any more contact. Newgarden nearly in the wall. Exit 2. Coming side by side now. O'Ward knows how to run side by side. This shouldn't be too much of a problem. He does back out of it now. Newgarden goes to 4th. Ericsson's improving. Colton Herter's up into 10th position, by the way, and closing in on below. We ride with Pato O'Ward, who's running in 5th position as they come across the line down to turn 1 again.
Ducks out, does not attempt to pass this time on Newgarden, so it's Power to the lead. Malukas rides in line 2nd, McLaughlin 3rd, Newgarden, who is just not getting off the line very well on these restarts. He was vulnerable there on that one, held off O'Ward. He'll do so again going to turn 3. That's the top 5 with a fast closing Marcus Ericsson in 6th. Oh, and wide out of the corner with Malukas.
Yeah, he's tried to get that long toe. It's broken McLaughlin and kept up with Power. Power kept it dead centre as well, but it's going to be a tricky one to keep right as they head back down the stretch into turns 3 and 4. Kirkwood back in the pit lane, by the way. It looks like he could be out for the rest of the day with that suspension damage. He'll try and repair it, but he's already 13 laps down. Not the best, unfortunately.
Well, you know, Power so good at Iowa
Yeah.
a handful of weeks back, and obviously a lot of comparisons to this place in Iowa. And David Malukas, who's always run so well on these ovals, especially the short ovals. Here he comes. He drafts right up to the rear wing of Power on the approach to turn 3, then backs out of it. Didn't have a chance to go for the overtake, so it's Power who hauls the field off turn 4 one more time.
That's where Power had a problem coming out of turn 2. I was looking at his speedo and it was went down as well. He's lifting and coasting as we see side by side Palou trying to pass VK for 8th position, but Power was definitely slow out of turn 2, and that Malukas almost looked like he was closing back up on him. As now, seriously, the championship leader Alex Palou having a go at Venus VK in 8th place as well. Seems like we've got a reverse field almost. Armstrong, VK, names you don't usually see up the front this year, closing in on ovals, and now, yeah, Palou having to go around the outside as very aggressive as VK, championship leader, should really be trying around the outside, and Herter's making a move as well.
Yeah, Herta just stuffed it down into the first turn, gets around Santino Ferrucci, or whoever that was he just passed, and now he's going to close right in on the back of VK, and to the outside of Palou. Palou and Herta wheel to wheel in turn 3. Herta kept his foot in it, and he makes the pass. He means business tonight.
I swear there was a touch there as we go 3 wide. Graham Rahal on the inside line, sneaking through ahead of Ferrucci, riding with him now as well. So it's Rosencrest. Rosencrest, yeah. Ferrucci and then Siegel down there. Where is Graham Rahal gone? That's a very similar livery. Rahal's down in 21st place.
Here's Scott Dixon on the back straightaway. He just popped out of the pocket to try to get around Nolan Siegel, unable to do so. Remember, Dixon's already made a pit stop here, so he's trying to make up lost ground. He runs in 14th in that blue and orange number 9, behind another papaya orange car and Nolan Siegel. And now here comes another papaya orange car to Dixon's inside. That's Rossi.
Right, Dixon's got the drive out of 2 on the outside line, and he's got the run on Siegel to pull to the inside line down 3. And he's towing in Rossi as well as they fly through. And now also around the outside line for a manoeuvre going in as well, as we see a manoeuvre done there. That's Daly getting past, isn't it? If I'm not very much mistaken, lapped traffic.
Yeah, Connor Daly, who really would probably like to just get away and hide from these guys. It's coming at him from all angles. But that's Nolan Siegel getting by him. Now Scott Dixon will try, but yeah, poor Connor Daly's in the middle of it right here, and Dixon's going around his outside in 3 and 4.
Yeah, Daly should really back out of it. I know he's only a lap down, but he's creating issues! Nearly puts Rossi in hospital as he goes down. I don't think Daly saw him there. He couldn't have done. Rossi was right alongside him, and he almost went straight into the pit wall.
And now Rossi goes after Dixon, got right to his gearbox, weaved to the inside, cuts back to the outside. Rossi is all over this racetrack.
And a little twitch there as we ride on board with Alexander Rossi. Down across the line once again to start lap 38 of the race. Going defensive, that's Venus VK with Colton Herta in 9th position, trying to go around the outside. Chasing down Marcus Armstrong. Power leads by 4/10 to Malukas. Look at
There's
Herta.
battles going on everywhere. Here's Herta with a full run down the back straightaway. He's not going to duck out and try to make a pass here on Renus VK. That's for the 8th position, but Herta is absolutely flying. And to just tell you how close this field is, Josh, 4 seconds separating 1st to 10th.
This race is insane. 10 seconds separating the whole 22 on the lead lap as well. That's even worse. One mistake and it could create a big one. And it's a short track here, 1.25 miles. As this is Herta a few laps ago. Was this him passing? Yeah, this is him getting ahead of, well, having an attempt on VK. Yeah, couldn't do it. Oh, is that live onboard camera? I can't tell. No idea.
No,
what that
not
was.
live. And here's Rossi popping out on Dixon at the end of the front straightaway. He's finally going to make that pass. Rossi is. So that's, what is that for Rossi now? 14th position as he gets by Dixon. Now Dixon's going to try to counter back on him. He comes right underneath the rear wing of Rossi, breaks to the outside, and they'll go side by side in 3.
This is one thing that IndyCar drivers absolutely love, is racing on ovals. They've begged for more on the calendar. They've got their wish, and this is what you get. Really close racing. 25 minutes, 41 laps complete as well, and it's Will Power leading the way, looking to win another race. Now, if Will Power does win, maybe my curse is broken, because every time Jackson's led a commentary this year, Power's won, and I haven't had that since Toronto 2 years ago. So, yeah, I don't want it to be. The good old... oh, no, hang on a minute. Where were we 2 years ago? It was at Detroit. Not Toronto, Detroit, the other one.
Detroit,
It's near Canada, that's why I got confused. Oh, save and a half from Pato O'Ward, who is now coming down into the pit lane, and I think O'Ward's got a problem. O'Ward did a huge slide out of 2, and is now coming down pit road. Oh.
I wonder if he has a puncture.
Yeah.
I was literally just about to say that, yeah.
I mean, that was a massive, fastest hands in IndyCar, again, coming through. I don't know how he saved it. It's neither of the fronts, is it? Neither of those front tires are...
No.
I don't see any puncture on the rears either, so I don't know what's happened here. Maybe something's broken underneath the car.
Let's have a look as they dive in. They're changing... Oh, it's engine cover. So I reckon the power's gone and the brake locked on. So he's coming out the corner and it's just hit him. Well, this is the problem with the hybrids. We see them fail. Not good. Go on.
Pastro Ward must have been watching and learning from Isaac Hadjar with that reaction time.
Monaco
Man,
in the tunnel.
Gosh, I mentioned earlier, 71 points back in 5th. He really needed a perfect final 5 races. This is probably his championship done.
I love Owl's comment in the chat room. Oh, Ward, no, you were meant to be good at ovals. Yeah, but this is Malukas' territory. Don't know why.
Yeah, Malukas loves this place. I remember, well, we did the race here a couple of years ago. He was just sensational to watch, and he's going to win one of these things one day if he can just have the right circumstances and the right car underneath him, and it might be tonight, of course.
How angry would you be if he wins and Cash Nevers could have been in the car?
Well, I don't know if Castroneves can make it go like this at this place these days, but he's been put in a terrific position here, Malukas has. But Will Power, he's going to take some beating tonight because that 12 car has looked really good off the start. But I do just want to emphasize what I mentioned earlier, too. All these cars that are really good at the start doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be this good later when the sun goes down and the track. I mean, the ambient temperature is going to go down about 10 to 12 degrees from the space to the start to the finish, and obviously that's going to change the track temperature even more so.
Just got midnight over here in the UK, if you're watching along, as Pato O'Ward, while you're away on commercial break over there in the States, has suffered an engine problem. It cut out exit turn 2, the rear stepped out. He's now going behind the wall. Here's a replay of it, Matthew. Let's listen in as well.
Yeah, let's listen here. Yeah. Yeah, I would think you're probably right there. Whatever happened, and it just locked something up. And that's why I nearly lost it.
Sparks too.
Yeah, I'd say his race is probably over.
Oh, Pato. Heartbreak here. They've rolled him back in to his infield garage area. Power leads. I think it is. He's 7 laps down anyway. Kirkwood's back out on the track, by the way. He's rejoined. He's 32 laps down. So, unless we have 32 cautions, I doubt he's going to get through. There he is, just rejoining. He's just rejoining now.
The way we were going off the start, we might have had 32 cautions.
How many we had?
I know I've got to edit a video in cautions, but I don't think I need 32 of them to do it.
Well, you might get your wish. I'm hoping what Matthew said was true, and it's a very quick race. That way, it's more sleep. 8:30, I've got to be in this commentary box for MotoGP.
I've got to be up at 7:30 for a 2.5-hour drive for a 3-hour air show. Then it's another 4-hour break until the fireworks. Then it's 3.5 hours back. Sorry, 2.5 hours back.
I love how JT also said, oh yeah, I'm not going to be doing the NASCAR race tomorrow. I don't think we're doing the NASCAR race tomorrow at this rate.
Yeah, and I also wasn't meant to be here, but here I am. But then again, the stadium that I went to tonight, they are known for starting at a reasonable time of 6:30 p.m. and finishing at a definitely reasonable time of 11:30. Which makes us get back at 1 a.m. because it's an hour-and-a-half drive. But this time, it started at 5 and it finished at 8:30, which was unheard of for the stadium. Well, might have been because it was a different promoter promoting the event, and they have different ways of formatting the event.
One thing as well, I think, Matthew, is that we saw cautions under the pit stops under the cautions, but we've yet to have green flag stops, and I think we're going to be approaching that soon, aren't we?
Yeah, we should, because the leaders did not pit under that first caution. It was only about 6 or 7 in the middle of the field. So we have not seen pit stops from Power, Malukas, McLaughlin, basically anyone in the top 10, really. And that should be coming up probably pretty soon. They've had caution laps, of course, to save, so maybe they can make it to a 70 or a 75, but we'll see when they decide to pit. We're probably about 15-ish laps away from it, as Power's lead has stabilized here at about a half a second on Malukas. Pretty similar gap back to McLaughlin in third. And this is, finally, we've gotten strung out a little bit. The race is on now. Very exciting start. Now logging some laps and seeing who has what here tonight in St. Louis.
Yeah, the sun going to set in the next few hours as well, and we'll switch the lights on, and hopefully under the caution we'll get the flamethrowers back up, because they had that at the pre-start of this one. Points as they run then, we'll put Palou at 431, Power 16 back, Herta 53 back, Dixon 57 back, and McLaughlin 66 back. So big advantage for Power and Herta, who have had two really great races here today so far. So yeah, that swings it below.
And Herta's charge has halted a little bit, and of course, you know, passing as many cars as he's had to. He started 25th and now he's 8th. So he's passed nearly 20 cars here, and they did most of that in the first 30 or 40 laps. That's probably driven a lot of the good off the tire, as here comes one car to pit road. That's Renus VK. So yeah, we're Herta's gonna still have a good night.
All primary tyres here, not running the option on this oval as we do at other events. Pure primaries, as they come into it. And they'll have the attack back. Fittipaldi's into the pit lane as well, as they will attack again. I think as well, JT, first green flag pit stops have gone okay there.
Yeah, there are only 2 coming in, so it was nice and quiet on pit road, and there is Patrick Ward getting out of his car.
Awards day is done, as they will fly into it. We've lost Wi-Fi to the graphic. There we go, it's back on now, as we have to keep an eye on it. So yeah, all the joyous stuff has gone wrong up here in the commentary box. You know, the usual stuff where everything goes fab. Green flag pit stops is down pit road.
Cars in. We see Alex Palou is in. The Meyer-Shank cars were in. We saw Felix Rosenquist on pit road. A lot of requests for a front wing adjustment for all of these cars in traffic. Bottom of your screen there, that's one of the Meyer-Shank cars. I believe that's Rosenquist. Colton Herta in as well. Charged from the back of the field to 8th with all of that caution and just outright pace. Front wing change for Herta as well.
Yeah, half turn of additional front wing for Colton Herta as he exits out. Where does he come out relative to Renus VK? VK going into turn 1 right there as Felix Rosenquist blends. So VK comes off of turn 2. Here's Colton Herta. This will be an interesting battle.
It's so important on these pit cycles to get a fast out lap, and that's going to hurt Colton Herta's opportunity.
Yeah, this is where it's all going to be in for a sort of half battle, isn't it, as they try and keep through. Matthew will be back with us shortly up here in the comms box as well. And there's Newgarden in, Power in 2. McLaughlin, JT, takes the lead of the race. So they've swapped over once more.
Yeah, absolutely, and that will keep happening as more cars come down pit road. And McLaughlin, Ericsson in. Ericsson still running in this race and higher than he's ever run on an oval this year. Unfortunately, with his luck, I believe it's the highest that he's run on an oval consistently this year. And Doggo.
I didn't want... Is that why your mic and monitor was off, Anthony, for a second?
Yes, I had to jump out because it started randomly. The sun is out, and it randomly started raining. They were outside. So I had to come bring them in real quick. And now he's jumped up on here and joined the broadcast. So that's very well done by Charlie.
For once, it's not Del Boy causing carnage.
Home of pets, as they come through. So, Greenwood big tops coming in as well. Ericsson and McLaughlin have left the pit lane. Now fast lap times coming through for everyone who's just stopped. Everyone has now made officially 1 stop in this race. So, Siegel becomes the race leader.
That came earlier than expected.
Yeah. 65 of 260.
We were expecting around 70.
Yeah, I was expecting 70. Maybe they just wanted the fuel loads. They light fueled them because they knew there was cautions. I'm going to have to hit my iPad again. It's frozen the timing tower. I don't know what it is with this thing. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. It's like, it's always hit and miss whether or not it's going to work. It's like
I was I was just backing up on the YouTube stream. I wanted to take a screenshot of the dog jumping onto me. I've never had that happen on camera before, so sorry, apologies.
Why?
For Charlie.
Absolutely fantastic. There wouldn't be a broadcast without a dog flying up. Let's hear from Pat Ward. He's in pit lane.
Ultimately fail. We're not quite sure if it was that or if it was just a plain out engine failure, so we'll just have to see. So we don't quite know exactly what it was, but pretty sure our day is done.
Where does this put your head going forward?
I mean, it's been a year of ups and downs, and I think at this point we just want to be winning races. There's 4 to go, so there's plenty of points on the table, and in terms of championship, we'll just see where we stack up at the end of the year. Honestly, to this point, all I care about is winning races.
We'll see if Pato O'Ward can rebound in Portland.
The first of the early stoppers under caution.
So into the pit lane comes Nolan Siegel, and that's his second stop of the day. Rossi's in 2.
Strange line of questioning there. Where does this put your head at? Well, just some of the questions coming from pit road on the NBC side, NASCAR and IndyCar is very just
generic.
Bad.
Yeah, I think heads on the shoulders usually, isn't it? Unless you're Marie Antoinette, of course.
Oh! Woo! Boy!
Away goes Rossi.
Boy, we don't need another opening ceremony, do we?
Nah, the French just were bad enough, honestly. That was... I think the only great bit, to be honest with you, I find it quite good is that when I saw a meme, I think you actually shared it, Matthew, maybe as well, or I saw it on Twitter, one of the two, where the Paris 2024 Olympics were so bad that at the end of it, what's his name? Who's in Mission Impossible? Tom Cruise. Yeah, Tom Cruise threw himself off the side of a building because they were so bad.
Oh, gosh. Oh, goodness me.
Every time I see... Right, this is horrible, by the way. But every time I see the Arch here in St. Louis, I'm always reminded of that Family Guy joke.
Oh, gosh.
You know the same one, don't you? Every time. Every time. Yeah. It always makes me laugh as well. Megan would be gutted she missed that as well. Coverage. Coverage is now going to continue on the USA Network. So if you're over there watching in the States, it's going to go over to USA.
Yes, where it was supposed to be to begin with, but they had to put it on CNBC because of the NASCAR race going long. But I will tell you, or I will ask the question, why in the world is it just not on NBC to begin with? As of now, NBC is airing the popular show Entertainment Tonight. And then a re-airing of a game show. And then a re-airing of Dateline. But no, we can't put an IndyCar race on in prime time.
They just don't care anymore. But isn't it the only one left? They've got one race on Peacock as well.
Yeah, I think one of the Milwaukee races is a Peacock exclusive, which is... Oh, dear.
Great for us, bad for everyone else.
Yeah, very good for you, yes. That's right.
One thing I must admit, when I heard it was going to be all on Fox, all on a major network at prime time, I must admit, I punched a few walls when I found that out. Because I was like, but what about my Toronto?
Yeah.
Toronto was perfectly timed as well because we always used to get thousands of viewers and it used to just bump the monetization over what it needed to be. It was like just perfect. So yeah, thanks INDYCAR. That's always very nice. Always thinking of the creators. Actually, I must say, INDYCAR do fantastically well. In fact, I got told recently by someone who works for INDYCAR that they said, you know, you can show more. You can show more of what you do. And I said, I know, but you can barely get a driver tracker that works on websites, so I don't want to show any footage at the moment. But they said that I can do some sort of highlights package if I wanted to, which is fine.
There you go.
Yeah, that's all right. We'll get that sorted and get that on as well. Into the pit lane because Ray Hall. One thing I don't like is the fact that they drive out of all the people's boxes as well. It's like always grates me in NASCAR and INDYCAR.
So, okay, I have a question for whoever chooses to answer here, because I'd like to know how coverage works elsewhere. I'm a sports media nut, as everyone knows at this point. So what is the role that Tom Gaymore plays here? Because I've heard already Kevin Lee in the normal NBC broadcast. So what role does Tom Gaymore play here?
He's host. So before NBC come on, Tom Gaymore is there introducing the UK Sky viewers. And then during the commercials for NBC, Tom fills in the blanks in the commentary. So he just takes over. So a bit like what we do. So Tom takes over the commentary and gives a wrap-up, and he also uses that time to answer questions from fans who get in touch via X and Instagram or using the hashtag SkyIndyCar.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Because I knew that he covered IndyCar, and I thought at first, I assumed that he called the race.
No, not all of it.
For you guys. But yeah, so okay. Now that makes... Okay, yeah. I am caught up now. I'm on the lead lap.
And Tom does know, of course, very good friends with Tom, and he knows that we take him every now and then on a commercial break. So he knows that he's also talking to us here on the networks as well. So that's always fun. Hopefully we'll have him on for a race before the end of the year. Once all IndyCars sorted and all that lot, Tom's schedule opens up a bit, so we can get him on, hopefully, for Formula One.
Oh, that'd be great.
Oh, it'd be fantastic as well. And now that we've got the new iMac as well, the USRN co-broadcasts become easier, not having to be relied upon from JT or Jess, which has been the case for the past year, thanks to the equipment aging. Have you done an F1 this year, Matthew?
No. Oh, I had to think. It's been a long year, unless I did Bahrain, which I now can't remember. Which you would think I would. You would think I could remember all of this.
Oh, I can't even remember. I got told yesterday that I wasn't in a race that I thought I did. I was like, wasn't I? I was like, I still remember doing it.
You would think I could remember this stuff, but I can pull up my spreadsheet here and tell you, because I keep count of all the races that we do on this network, and who does them.
Driver track has frozen, by the way, so it's not that.
It was me, you, Megan, and Kieran for Bahrain.
For us, as they come through?
Yeah.
Kieran's coming back, by the way. Herta locked up on pit road. A few drivers locking up on pit road, actually. Oh, and almost contact as well for the 60 car.
And that was with Pelot.
Yeah, Pelot just sort of dropped in, and there was a lock-up there coming through for Rosenquist. Nearly ran into the back of him. Owl says as well, the host like Joshua. Yes, right, absolutely. Hello, nice to have you. And Owl says, can't wait for you to join in the box for tomorrow if we get a race in. Yes. It'll be me and Jack on the commentary for NASCAR. JT's playing hooky. Or moonlighting on USRN. One of the two.
What time does it start?
8:30?
Yeah, there's no way I'm being for that, because I am fireworks start at 9.
Yeah,
so yeah,
you miss it all.
I'll be back.
Unless we race on Monday. Yellow's out. Caution. So whose calls this one? Oh, hello. Is that Kiffin Simpson?
It's someone who loves gas savings.
It is Kevin Simpson.
Thank you very much.
He's damaged that wing
You're welcome.
perfectly to put the advertising on there.
And aimed it perfectly at the camera.
I can just hear FP1 Will now with the comedy review saying that Kevin Simpson just want to get his advertising up, decided to perfectly park the camera. I can hear Will in my head now. Well, Kevin Simpson, let's see how he did it.
Oh,
that was weird. Similar to Herty yesterday, just out.
it was way up there.
I'm glad it says I love gas savings. Imagine if it says something else that wasn't broadcastable. That's going to become a meme, isn't it? I can sense that coming.
Don't even go there, Josh.
Oh dear. Have both Tom and Will on the show would be iconic. Actually, I should try and get Will on for commentary. I should really try. I did DM him after his latest incident with FOM. He helped me when I had an incident with FOM a couple of years ago. I should try and get Will on. I can hear Tom in the background, in fact, over this one. So, third caution of the night, lap 88 of 260. So, this comes brilliantly, Matthew, for people who are just coming to the end of what would be their pit stop runs. So, this should be everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Bit of a reset now?
Yeah, I think so. And we'll see if this next restart looks like the initial start of the race did and how those first two restarts did, where we went multiple laps. We're talking 8, 10, 12 laps all bunched up on top of each other. So we'll see here. I would think, especially if we keep getting multiple restarts, this is how the race is going to be won or lost.
Pits are open, by the way. And Adam says as well, Mr. Owens, are you ready for college football season?
So, it's so funny. The way college football is these days, and college sports in general, and how screwed up the NCAA is, God bless them, they turn me off to the point of, I'm never going to watch again. And then when we get to college football season, oh, here we go, it's college football season, I can't wait!
It's one of those, isn't it?
It's like a drug you can't kick. It's very upsetting, too, because and here come a few cars to pit road. Ericsson and Dixon and VK and Ferrucci.
VK again and Siegel again. That must just be for fuel top-up, because they literally just came in.
I don't want to go into the weeds on this, and I don't want to make bad comparisons, bad analogies, but I'm probably going to. The world of college sports is so jumbled up with conference realignment, and I'm guessing you guys probably have very little knowledge on the college sports side of things.
I have no idea what you're talking about, so I'm just gonna agree with you.
But we've had so much conference realignment, like Oregon and Washington joining the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Just imagine for me if Liverpool and Manchester United just decided to up and leave the Premier League and go to La Liga. That's what we're talking about here. It makes absolutely zero geographical sense. Zero sense at all, and it's very annoying.
Wow. They should, get this body in to stop it all as well. Well, you know when you haven't had a drink for a while and you can feel it go down you. I've turned down...
Random, 22 minutes past midnight, JB Thoughts.
Well, here's random. It was Mum's birthday. Yesterday, now it's today. Same day, technically. So happy birthday. But I had the cake, but we haven't had the champagne. We're having the champagne tomorrow. So I do apologise if during the delay to NASCAR, which we're going to have a delay to NASCAR, I'm sipping on a glass of champagne in the side of the comments box.
Are you gonna Lando Norris it?
No, because unfortunately I might break the commentary box.
Oh, don't, please, can we have the rain stay away tomorrow? I'm so tired of it, and I love Michigan. Michigan is one of my favorite races, and I wasn't able to finish it last year because it rained and got pushed to Monday. Please, not 2 years in a row. Come on.
I covered last year's race as well, actually, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, you did. You did the Monday coverage. I can't remember how many laps we completed on Sunday, but we didn't finish it all. And then you were able to jump in.
I remember that. That was the weirdest broadcast we ever did because I sort of came in and out of it all.
Something tells me the dog has reappeared. I also saw today, Josh, completely off topic, complete change of topic.
Go on.
But you know the Hungarian Grand Prix and
Yes.
Lando Norris's champagne breaking the trophy. Well, this year's champagne smash from Lando Norris was so strong that it demolished the whole pit and paddock.
Yeah, to be fair, I'm glad about that because Hungaroring is a wonderful circuit, but those commentary boxes have never had their windows cleaned since 1986. They are disgusting.
It was so outdated.
It really was. It was disgusting! So, let's take a replay.
Here's another look. A better look.
Yeah. Vroom, 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 my love. Whatever it is. Oh, he lost at the apron of the entry.
Well, I thought it was a better look, but it wasn't.
Kevin Simpson loves gas savings. And he's done so, and not polluting, by going out of the race. Major gas savings for the end of the night. Safety car still out. Let's catch up with the YouTube chat. That's great advertising, says there as well. Says there, Owl. Not Kiffin, says Rod. Free FP1 Will. I agree there, Little Owl. Have both Tom and Will on the show would be iconic, says Iceman. We'll try and... Well, we've got Tom definitely coming up. We'll try and get Will in. Little Owl says, I really like Will's sense of humour, honestly. Matches nearly mine perfectly. It does. Let's have you two on the same broadcast. That'd be fun. Tell Matthew that almost happened. What almost? I can't remember what almost happened, Jack. Just search up... oh, yeah, the Europa Super League. Yes. Yeah. Matthew knows all about the Super League. Adam says, it's sad to see that Michigan is the only 2-mile oval in NASCAR. It is sad, actually. It's a great venue to come through out here as well. As we get ready to welcome back Matthew. And although, to be fair, they aren't really oval-shaped. Pocono in Indy and coming through. So, coming up to 100 laps, onto the caution. Pace car lights are out, green flag coming up next time by.
Mia getting something ready and about to ask if you want a sneak peek of the upcoming video, but I'll keep that for the next caution.
2 minutes, sir. Matthew, do you want this one?
Sure. Your broadcast, so you tell me what to do, and I'll do it.
Oh, no, after you, my friend, after you. I want one of your drop the hammers.
All right, so here we go. Closing in on the 100-lap mark. Will Power, David Malukas, Scott McLaughlin coming through turn 4. Malukas with a bobble as he tried to get onto the throttle and stay with Power. He hasn't done it. Green flag is out. Power got a big jump, and Malukas is vulnerable here to Scott McLaughlin, who gets to his inside, and McLaughlin's going to slip through quickly up into second. Double file in the middle of the pack as one car went up the track. That was Rosenquist, nearly got into the back of Herta, and we have another exciting restart as they go towards turn 3.
Yeah, look at this, the two McLarens as well. Rossi coming through on the inside line, trying to get a Stingray, Rob, Siegel and Ericsson side by side. Dixon, Lundqvist as well, battling with Ferrucci. But what a start from Armstrong on that restart as he's kept up with the leaders. McLaren's darting everywhere. Now look at Colton Herta, under pressure from Felix Rosenquist, trying to go on the outside. That was close again from Felix, but nothing on Colton to get through as they head down the back straight. Look at Dixon now battling with Ferrucci and almost taking him off. Ferrucci getting forced out down low and coming up around the outside. Is that Linus Lundqvist trying to take position, or is that Graham Rahal back in there? Side by side, Herta and Rosenquist. Rosenquist on the outside line with the better drag down to turn 1. Herta knows he has to back out and does so.
Might jump right back at him in turn 1. Nope, doesn't. Lets Rosenquist have the corner. That was a really good battle between those two. Surprising to see Herta go backwards here on the restart. They'll try to load up and get another run on Rosenquist and set it up for turn 1. They're in turn 3 right now. So Power and McLaughlin pacing the field, and that Malukas bobble as he tried to get on the throttle really cost him on the restart, Josh. He's dropped to 3rd. He's the only one keeping us from a 1-2-3 for the Penske Brigade.
And that's not what we want to see. We had enough of that in the Indy 500. Look at this on the inside line now, coming from Linus Lundqvist for 13th position, trying to get ahead of Marcus Ericsson. Ericsson's holding out on the high line through 1 and 2 on the back stretch. It's 3 and 4. I think there's a move further back in the order there between Lundqvist and Ferrucci. Can't quite tell the angle that we had there on board. But Malukas, not a great restart from the 66, as my watch tells me it's 1 minute until bedtime.
Got a ways to go. 160 laps, don't you know, as here's Scott Dixon feeling some pressure. Boy, Marcus Ericsson showing a lot of muscle, just pulled to the outside of Dixon in the center of 1 and 2 and passed him on the exit of the corner. Marcus Ericsson's car is really good here tonight, and he's made up that place to go to 12. Now he'll sit after Nolan Siegel on the main stretch, and he is closing right in on him going to turn 1.
Yeah, that was an outside chance. Don't do that on a rookie. He's only on his first oval, and Siegel's shifted down mid-corner. Ericsson said, okay, I'll slip back through. That's Ericsson proving what he can do. Siegel saying, okay, I've raced on ovals before in Indy Next. I'll show you what I can do. Side by side through 3. Ericsson clips his front wing.
Well, this is the kind of racing we've seen all night. Now Dixon now starts to jump on Siegel, swoops to his outside, wheel to wheel in turn 1. Siegel's got the low ground. Dixon tries to keep it wound up topside. They are still side by side as they race out of turn number 2, and Dixon soars over and across the nose of Siegel and takes that position away.
Siegel's pitted 3 times. It's the top of the fuel. I'm wondering if it's that top of the fuel. That's meaning he's just a bit too heavy in this stage of the restart. He's dropping like a stone compared to everybody else. Herta closing in on the back of Rosenquist again. 6/10 of a second between them. Power 7/10 to McLaughlin. Malukas now dropping back massively as there's a move for the back. That's Ericsson on the inside line of Stingray Rob.
Oh my goodness! Ericsson's done it again! Oh, he just squeezes to the inside of Stingray Rob and forces his way past the Stingray. Another position for Ericsson. He's now 10th. My gosh!
I'm loving this. This is turning out to be a fantastic Bommarito Automotive Group 500. I mean, it's just a joke to mention the sponsor at this point. Dixon trying to go on the outside of Rob, not working at 3 and 4. He's lost pace now. Siegel's going to come back at him. Don't forget, post-race to go log on to Bommarito Automotive Group website as well for some savings.
I mean, the name was as long as the command.
Oh, nothing was as long as that freaking command. Oh my lord.
The delay
what
for
are you
Indy.
freaking doing? God bless.
That command was longer than the whole display sequence that I wrote out a couple of days ago for the Typhoon display team. Which is saying something to say it takes up the whole... I cannot fit it on my phone screen, which is a very big phone screen.
It was longer than some of those cycling sprints that you did for us, Josh, at the Olympics.
I was really annoyed I only got to do one Olympic thing. Everything got so mad. It's like, every time I went, right, I'll do some cycling. Oh, sorry, you've got this to do. Sorry, you've got this meeting to go to. Setting up a 3rd channel is really hard.
Matthew.
Yes.
I hated that. That isn't part of it.
If any other cycling track you do, I don't care what it is, where it is, what time zone it is, hi.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind, sure.
Can I just
That
say...
was
Yeah?
probably the most enjoyable 4 days I had, and I am so annoyed that I didn't get back to you earlier because of how busy I was.
I'll tell you one thing. Sorry it's controversial here. I prefer the Winter Olympics. Always have. Always have.
There's a lot of people like that, and I'm very excited for the Winter Olympics in Italy.
Yeah.
I love Italy for multiple reasons. So excited to get there in 2026. Obviously, I'm a huge as you guys probably know at this point, huge hockey fan, and they are letting NHL players back in the Olympics in 2 years. So the hockey competition is going to be brilliant on the men's side. It's always brilliant on the women's side. But we had just the most fun with the Olympic coverage. We were on every day.
You did great.
Well, we were on every night. We also had live events. We had a primetime show every single night. It wore me down, let me tell you.
You did amazing.
This is the first broadcast. Well, I guess my first broadcast since the Olympics was yesterday with United and Fulham. So it took almost a week off. It wore me down, but it was so enjoyable and just gratifying to do the Olympics and to do it the way we did. And
Yeah, can I just point out?
we totally uprooted how we did the Olympics this year, and I think we proved that we did it
better.
We did it better, yes. Yeah. And the change that we made was worth it.
I love, by the way, the fact is that the one thing I did was one game in the beach volleyball for women. It's like, guys, I was kidding. I didn't even get to watch a lot of the Olympics. I didn't. I was so busy setting up everything because it was running around. But honestly, I think the reason I love the Winter Olympics more is because, one, nothing else is on. It's on so early in the year. And two, it was cool runnings that got me into the Winter Olympics. I love bobsleigh, I love the skeleton, I love the luge, and I don't know why, it's the first one that comes on, but you find me someone who doesn't enjoy curling. I love curling. I love it. I sit there for hours just watching people mop ice and stop a stone. It's fantastic. And the figure skating.
I also love curling.
Oh, I love it. The snowboarding as well is so good. And the cross-country shooting in the ice. I love it. I really do. I think I'm more Winter Olympics than Summer Olympics. I really am. And I am... yeah, go on.
So when we get there,
yes, I'm covering
here in a couple of years, we'll get one of you on bobsled, and we'll get one of you on curling.
Yes.
It'll work perfect.
Matthew.
Just put me on the rink.
Something tells me we've got a Winter Olympics fanboy
here. And I'll be on hockey and short track speed skating, which I do love watching. Oh my goodness. And, oh yeah, we'll have a big old time.
Thing is, though, it was always risky putting me on the Olympic coverage anyway. Could you imagine me with the table tennis? And he's over one! And again! 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 He's missed it! He's off the ball!
Could you imagine? Seth has been on me for the last 2 Summer Olympics wanting me to do table tennis. How do you do table tennis on radio?
It's hard enough keeping up with the tennis on radio commentary. It really is. It's so... I love doing tennis as well. The US Open's coming up soon as well. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, can't wait. Is that Malukas
yes,
peeling off into pit road?
Herge is coming in too.
Position.
Yeah, Herge is coming in too. So they've already done 1 stop so far today, so they're taking it wise.
Herge locked up into pit road as well.
Oh, okay. Jax said in the chat... I was bragged so hard to my mates who are fans of Will. If we're on the same broadcast, I already bragged that I've got these are 1 million YouTube subscribers on there. Thought you might be interested to know that the flipping NASCAR, the roof flaps, didn't deploy on Sieg's car. Interesting, so that's why it flipped. Owl agrees with me and everyone that Winter Olympics is better than Summer Olympics. And says beyond ready for the 2028 LA Summer Olympics because baseball and softball returns. USA was outstanding in swimming, basketball, gymnastics and track and field. Best track and field for American Olympics in 30 years.
Yeah, they did dominate in track and field. And then, of course, Mondo Duplantis, who set the world record in the high jump, he represented Sweden, but was born in the United States. He went to LSU, Louisiana State University. Los Angeles is going to be so much fun. Now,
how is it?
They're doing canoeing. I think I heard canoeing and kayaking in the 28 Olympics in Oklahoma City for some unknown reason. Like, the rest of the Olympics are going to be in Los Angeles, but that's going to be in the middle of the country. I mean, nothing beats the surfing being in Tahiti from this past summer. That was...
Oh, wow, okay.
10,000 miles away from Paris. Having another Olympic competition.
Side by side as we see Linus Lundqvist battling with Joseph Newgarden. Rossi's the leader of the race as we've come into our first green flag pit stops. McLaughlin dives in from the lead. We've had a few come in as we lose the driver tracker again. Once again, well done. I'm going to have to ask Matthew Owens to bark like a seal now. There we go. It's back
Okay.
on. Good start from McLaughlin there. I thought he might have to take over for a few minutes, but it seems to be all right. So Rossi, Robb, Ericsson, Dixon, Siegel, top 5. And this is where the field gets confusing because everyone's going to be out of order and like Grosjean's 2 laps down. McLaughlin was a bit slow coming out of pit road there. He's very slow out of pit road. What's going on there?
Yeah, McLaughlin is slow, but he's put a big gap on Malukas, who was just behind him when the pit stop cycle started. And Newgarden is trying to get around Dixon here. Still waiting on Dixon to pit, of course.
I think they've changed the NASCAR time, guys.
Oh, thank goodness.
I'm double checking there from Bob. Oh, it's still TBC. Also,
they need to move it up an hour.
Yeah.
Because the rain chances are... The first part of the day is going to be really good. The rain chances just, spike up at like 4 o'clock. So if we could move it up an hour, hour and a half would be great.
Let's get some running in and then see if we have to come back Monday to finish it. That'll be fine for us. Or we get past the 150 and we can confirm it. Here we're past half distance though, coming up. Just coming up to half distance actually. 130 will be the halfway point as Herta makes his move on the inside line. 12 down to Power leads McLaughlin, Malukas, Newgarden. That's your alternative runners who've come into the pit lane. Your top 11 are yet to stop in this race. So that's why they're a little bit out of order on your timing screen. But Rossi is the leader. Grosjean's gone 3 laps down, aren't they, on the timing launch as well. And Rossi and Robb into the pits. Kirkwood back in as well, but he's got ahead of Kiffin Simpson. Go on.
Closing in on halfway, too. This, like we said, when you get long green flag runs here, this race flies by.
Yeah. Just a stay green. Oh, hello.
We are
Mugs Ferrucci.
Effectively in the NASCAR Stage 2 podcast,
Yes.
INDYCAR style.
Yes, effectively. Middle in. As they come in. Actually, I want to ask Matthew in a minute, actually. Comes as we see. Good stop there from Rossi. Stingray Robb. A little bit slow away. That was unusual. 8.4 seconds, but he was done after 5. Just would not get going.
They have black flagged Kyle Kirkwood.
Oh.
He has not maintained competitive pace.
So out goes Kyle Kirkwood. Fantastic. So, Matthew, I'm interested, actually. We've done a couple of USOM broadcasts when I've been on with you. Back in the day, before we decided to do them all. I don't know which idiot suggested that. It was me. But do you have a Stage 2 podcast? Do you like going to random talks during Stage 2? Because nothing ever happens in Stage 2.
So, can't say that we have a Stage 2 podcast. Of course, we do we do our regular stuff on this day in racing history at the end of Stage 1, and then a hot lap at the end. But no, I don't think we have a Stage 2 podcast. Not yet, at least. Don't give us any ideas.
And the very random rabbit holes that sometimes USON go down, yep.
Yeah, no. Let me tell you something. Brickyard 400, me and Jack commentating, wondering where JT is. We go to a caution. we throw over to Matthew on USON with Seth and Matt, and we think, okay, brilliant. Let's give them a go. And all of a sudden, JT's voice pops up, and I do the biggest what in our broadcast. It's like he's moonlighting. What's he doing there? And then I did message multiple people saying that you were fired. So that was funny.
Awesome.
I was like, what on earth are you doing there? And then it was hilarious because you'd forgot. We were fine.
But he saved us in a big way that day too, because for some reason our friends at ADTV were showing judo.
Yeah, we didn't have our TV pictures either. We were using whatchamacallit, NBC.
I will also not tell Josh what I said to you at the end of that broadcast, because then I definitely will be fired.
Well, now, see, I'm glad, because these are the kinds of things I do not remember.
I
don't remember anything that happened after that race, because the finish of that race was so...
rubbish. Yeah.
It's time to send a Twitter message.
What?
Now, let me ask you guys this, because you guys did Richmond last week.
Yeah.
And we were so entangled with the Olympics, I forgot to even ask anybody if you guys were doing Richmond until very late. But now, the finish of the race was just stupid.
Hold on, did we go out on Richmond? JT, did you put us out on Richmond? Did you put us out on US event then?
I don't know.
We did Richmond ourselves too.
Oh,
yes.
right, okay.
Yes.
Right.
But I didn't realize that you guys were doing Richmond as well until very late in the process. But I know the ending of the race was just very stupid. But what did you guys think before the stupidity happened? What did you think of the tires?
I liked it.
I absolutely loved it.
I loved it. I really enjoyed it. I thought,
worked.
Dylan did brilliantly until the end. He used the alternatives really well, and then he just turned into a, well, can you say knob at 12:45 a.m.? I think you can, yeah. That's what he did.
He turned into Miley Cyrus on a wrecking ball.
He turned into a banger car with what I'm currently editing. Going on this Destruction Derby.
He turned into Josh T not turning up for work.
Oh, and by the way, the showdown at the end of the night, 50 cars started the race, only 4 finished.
I can't wait to watch this one then, because the whole video will be on,
yeah. Matthew, it's basically 50 cars go out on the track and last one standing kind of wins.
Oh, jeez.
We're going to try and get a members-only live stream up for when JT's trackside doing these banger races that you can watch along. And JT, I think we should start talking to little things and say, do you want them broadcast for us? And we'll become the production company for them.
Yeah, I know Speedworth have their own.
Yeah.
Mendips have their own, which is a shame.
That's a shame.
Smeefar, I don't know. Ringwood don't.
Oh, don't they? Right, Ringwood. We'll get on with them. By the way, they're going 10 mile an hour slower than they were on the previous tyre set. So they're very much saving fuel.
Time to go to bed. Good night.
Yeah. Oh, come on. We're past halfway, by the way. 121 to go. That's how quickly it flies by. Dixon's getting a little bit of drama here with lap traffic. Dixon leads. Ericsson second. Siegel third. Dixon, that was the lead change. That proves how much NBC's helping us out there. Dixon's taking the lead.
Is it time for me to say that I want a caution?
Yes, because I think we need that to sort the order out, because the green flag pit stop always screws up the running order here.
The main reason I want a caution is because I can show everything that I've got lined up.
Okay. We're back with NBC.
Keep it off the wall. Erickson move. Highest part of the track. Unbelievable. Went to the checkered here, buddy. Nice job today. Way to show who's boss. Race winner and INDYCAR champion. Yes! I love that.
I have no idea what NBC are broadcasting at the moment. They're probably just glad that they're not on shit. Lundqvist moves ahead of Ericsson for third and fourth. Siegel's going to try and lead the race here from Dixon, who comes out of the last corner. And now, don't forget, the top 8 now, well, top 7, out of order in pit stops compared to the rest of the field. It's Power who's got the net lead of this race, as we very much are into the middle stages. I seem to remember this race. Do you reckon we will actually get to the darkness? Exactly. Are we going to win there?
As quickly as it's going, we might not.
I seem to remember a red flag coming out a couple of years ago, and that got us to Darkness. Was that for rain? That was when it rained here, and we were all just like, let's just go to bed. Just to call it off, and then, yeah. NASCAR did that. Did I cover
By
this?
the way, I've just kept muting my mic. I wanted to confirm something that just came across. NASCAR has just announced, not to go back to NASCAR too many times, NASCAR has just announced that next year, the Clash, to start the season, the exhibition event, the Clash, will be at Bowman Gray Stadium in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. February 2nd, 2025. I cannot tell you how amazing this is. Oh my goodness.
The Madhouse. We're going to the Madhouse.
Oh my goodness gracious. This is the best news that I've gotten in many times. This is the best news I've gotten since the return of the Brickyard 400.
That, what was it, 1949? Oh, yes. Do you know, that has actually been the best news. As Nolan Siegel's taken the lead as Dixon's dropped back, by the way, as he's trying to fuel save. So finally, NASCAR have done a good, I must say, well done, NASCAR. You've done a great job there, because we were all bored to death of the LA Coliseum. It didn't work, and it was horrible. That, I am very excited about that.
Yeah, so the LA Coliseum, they tried it. Good year one. Ever since year one, not great. Not really anywhere close to great. Let me tell you, they've already announced it 3 minutes ago.
Yeah.
If they put tickets available when they announced it 3 minutes ago, it's already sold out. I will tell you, it's already sold out.
My God.
Massive lock-up for VK.
And pit stops are coming in.
Pit road.
Yep, Siegel's in,
I am
Dixon.
so excited. I'm gonna try like all heck to go to this. Actually, I don't consider going to many things because it would take me off of broadcast. I'm gonna consider going to this.
So Siegel, Dixon, Ferrucci, VK, Lundgaard, Grosjean all diving in now as well. Lock up from Grosjean on pit lane entry. Dixon's holding off Ferrucci as they come in, but Scott Dixon, this is crucial for him to have a good stop. He's on the primaries, a lot of fuel going in there as well. Tweak of the front wing, rear tyre is okay. Go, go, go! Gets out ahead of Ferrucci. Oh, there's Ferrucci going to jump in. What a wheel spin from Dixon. Dixon gets out ahead, but they're going to go side by side. Smoke on pit road. Here comes Marcus Ericsson coming in as well now. Power retakes the lead, so natural service resumes itself. Ferrucci's going to have Dixon on the inside line. Dixon goes through. Woohoo! So, just going back to the selection stops. Why don't Matthew, if he can't get in via normal ticket, you have the same as me, a NASCAR media login. You can apply for the credential for that event.
Yeah.
And you will be granted because you have the same as me a NASCAR login. So yeah.
A lot to think about in the coming months about this. This is going to be, I can't tell you. What's happened to Marcus Ericsson there?
Very slow stop there, wasn't it?
30 seconds.
He hasn't had a penalty flash up. He's just got very wrong. So yeah. Just a little tip there.
So you're hearing we'll make it up.
Okay, even Christopher DeHaan was wondering what was going on there. He's just tweeted, that was the weirdest thing I've ever seen from Marcus Ericsson's pit box. Ferrucci's got a drive-through.
Yep, here comes Santino Ferrucci down for a drive-through, and also add to that list, they've been strong all day. Nolan Siegel.
Speeding on pit road? Yes, he was. Lock the rears, you called that, JT. Yeah. So what happened? Both Ferrucci and Siegel have been said their penalties. I wonder what happened there for... Hang on, who's this coming down? Is that Pato? Pato got one too.
No, that's Siegel. Pato's out.
Bloody long pit lane, isn't it? Wow. Pato's where? Oh yeah,
Out.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry. It's 12:53 a.m. Cut me some slack.
No excuses.
I was already tired when I woke up this morning, and then I went for a nap. Ericsson in again? What?
That's why they were falling back. So there has been some Honda engineers down here trying to diagnose exactly what's wrong, and that's why you saw the hesitation to change the tires. It wasn't an issue with those. It was, what are we going to do with the back half of the race car? So devastation here for Ericsson. Been the best Andretti car so far today, and not going to get the result that they deserve.
So Marcus Ericsson effectively out of the race then, and that's why they didn't change the tires.
Marcus Ericsson back to his normal oval ways this year.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Man, that's that man has had a rough season.
I almost feel like it was the dream pairing putting him and Andretti. He should go
Can
back.
he get at least one good oval result this year? Just one.
I think he should go back to Chip Ganassi. Personally.
Yeah, I don't understand why he made that move.
Go back to the 8 car, take out Bellina's Lundqvist, and go home. Have a great. He shouldn't have left. Victor and runner-up in the Indy 500 2 years running, and nothing this year. Out of the 500 this year.
Lap 1.
Yeah, that was not his fault though. I must admit. Or was it his fault? I can't remember.
No, the car spun
Yeah.
in front of him, and now I'm
Were you
struggling
in
to
an
remember who it
accident that
was.
wasn't your fault? Return back to Chip Ganassi.
Dixon got mugged there by Rahal. Oh, by Piloto, sorry. Unlapping himself. To be fair, the Indy 500 this year was... I don't think it was one of the best. I think it was good, but... Yeah. What happened? It was. I think the ending was fantastic to the 500.
Oh,
I must admit. That was
the
great.
The ending was
But
unbelievable.
The first 245 laps were not the great... No, the first 145 laps on this, yeah, they weren't great at all. It was the last sort of 55 laps that were great.
You could make a case that pass, Newgarden on O'Ward in turn 3, was the greatest pass in motorsport history.
I was going nuts in the commentary box.
Oh, gosh.
I know you were too, Matthew, as I was listening back to the USRM broadcast.
Yeah, I was listening to Seth call that, my jaw's on the floor, and knowing that I have to pick my jaw up here to make the call when they come out of 4. That was unbelievable. I will never, ever forget that.
It was very much like the Little Owl, Little Owl wins it. I thought I got that same energy from you lot in the commentary. I think who was in the box with us? JT. It was me, Megan, you, and who else was with us that day? Was it Omi? Or
Maybe.
Jackson wasn't with us. Yeah, Jackson missed the 500 because he was graduating that day, and he's out this evening, which is why he's not here now because he's getting ready for Portland, where he's going to be trackside with Grid Network. So we'll have Joe out there next week. So a bigger build-up show.
No one will ever be trackside more than me in a year. That is for sure.
Jackson, I need to get together with Jackson. I've never been with Jackson save for one appearance that I had on Grid tonight.
Oh,
but
yes.
I do like listening to him. I need to... I could do big things with him on USRN, let me tell you.
It's his first year commentating ever, and he's a natural, absolutely natural. His first commentary was the Rolex 24 we did. That was it.
Yeah, I could make plans for him. I could make plans for anybody.
Matthew Owens is pimping us out.
That sounds like it could go well, or that sounds like it could be some sort of torture.
Oh, depends on what side of the fence you sit on that.
No, Matthew, I will not commentate more of the women's beach volleyball. Sign me up.
I could drive people. Believe me, I could drive people crazy with anything on some of this stuff. Are you kidding me?
You can tell that we've already lost it.
Oh, we
1
lost
a.m.
it.
Ooh, Newgarden.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Let's hear from Marcus Ericsson.
Be some sort of issue.
Yeah, I just saw the MGU fault came up on my dash, and yeah, we were leading our strategy until then. Obviously don't know how the race will play out, but we were having a really strong day, and just painful. You know, the team has done a tremendous job all year, but it's been so many things going against us, and same today. You know, we're having a really good weekend and fighting for a win, and then just get taken away from you.
It was a big fuel number that you were asked to make, but it seemed like you guys were doing well at it. How confident were you that you were going to be able to make that strategy work?
Yeah, it was difficult, but the Honda mileage was really good, and I was hitting the numbers we needed, so we could actually go longer than the guys that were on the same strategy there, the pit stop before, so we were looking good. We were looking real good. Like I said, I don't know what strategy is going to win, but if that strategy is winning, it's even more painful because we had the car and the speed to win that thing. So, yeah, just doesn't want to go our way.
Yeah, bummer for sure for Marcus Ericsson. Also saw Graham Rahal come into the pits there and climb out of his number 15 car.
Bad day all round as into the pits comes Colton Herta, David Malukas and Graham Rahal. So Malukas charges up the Meyer Racing 66, fills it up, but I noticed when I said Rahal was out of the race, I looked down and saw Matthew Owen shake his head, and you've got very strong opinions, haven't you, on Graham Rahal being in the series?
Yeah, so we might not need to open that up again. Yes,
just going back
he is
to
indeed out of the race.
I seem to remember you saying that he didn't deserve to be in the series back in qualifying days of Indy 500 this year.
Yeah, something like that.
Wasn't Jackson in the box then as well?
Second Honda retirement for mechanical in 10 laps. We'll have to keep an eye on that.
Well, I don't want to be Megan, but every time Honda have come into a series as an engine supplier and hybrids are involved, they're not the best at the start, are they? Let's be honest. They take time to get used to it. Look at the misery that McLaren had. In fact, Honda are now leading. Oh, a bit slow there for Newgarden in the front left there. Honda have won the last 3 World Championships, though, in Formula 1 with Red Bull.
Powers in from second.
So McLaughlin takes lead. Rossi goes up to second. Now we're getting our third phase of green flag pit stops coming through. We'll also just.
And these won't be the last either. They'll have to make one more set of stops, these guys.
Yeah, we a bit slow there again for Power. Weird Jack got caught. I hope he didn't want kits because he swung his leg over and I saw the metal air gun pressure valve got caught in his special area. So he jumped up ever so slightly as well, which was quite hilarious. There's Rosenquist. So that's Malukas making way on Newgarden for position. And Newgarden's going to fight right back on the inside line as the sun begins to set here in Illinois.
McLaughlin pits in the lead, and it's when I saw 28.9 seconds there for McLaughlin for stop.
He's still going to get out ahead of Newgarden and Malukas, and I think he's going to have a pretty good margin on them too. Let's see. Well, maybe not as large as I thought it was, but still, he's going to have, about 5 cars between them.
I will ask Matthew, why does NASCAR sell out this track and INDYCAR doesn't?
Well, that could be. I could probably give you a pretty long answer on that, but I think it's going to come down to INDYCAR's not very good at promoting itself, as they are 3 wide in the back straightaway. My goodness! And Newgarden trying to get around. Who was that? Lundqvist. Yeah. And he does. My
look at Power! Power's come right on the back of Lundqvist, and he slid through on the inside line and takes the position. Lundqvist's sinking like a stone now, but Lucas going to have him. Oh,
well, that was 2 cars flying at Lundqvist right there. And still, we've got a mess with cars just weaving on the back straightaway. Will Power trying to get through traffic. He's going to pull around to the outside in turn 3. As now he tries to get around. I don't know who that is.
It says Guy Cars at the back. It's Ed Carpenter.
Carpenter, yep. So, my goodness, yeah, IndyCar doesn't do a great job promoting itself. NBC does a terrible job promoting IndyCar.
Hurry up, Fox.
And you know, there's in a lot of places, and I don't know if this is completely true with this area, but in a lot of places, IndyCar still is a distant second behind NASCAR as far as it comes to North American Racing Series. But I don't know if that's the case here. What I do know is IndyCar has struggled for a long time promoting itself properly, and NBC, of course, doesn't do a very good job at all doing it. And it'll be interesting to see what the crowd looks like for the NASCAR race here next year, because remember, they're moving that race.
Yeah.
So St. Louis has always been a race kind of late May, early June on the NASCAR calendar. It's moving to the playoffs next year. So one would expect, if it moves to the playoffs, that you would even get more people.
As we've seen Maluka speaking some news, I'm expecting, by the way, viewership to start booming when we get to the playoffs for NASCAR. Because I'm sure you might see it. It went up start of the year, went down, and then it's slowly coming back up the closer we get to the playoffs.
Yeah, and of course you'll get more races on NBC rather than USA when we get to the playoffs. But of course, the other thing that you have to throw into that equation is going up against NFL games. The NFL just kills everybody in the TV ratings. So we'll see what it looks like. But yeah, you get a lot more races on NBC in the playoffs. I'm just looking here. 1, 2, 3, 4. The first 4 playoff races are on USA, and then the last 6 are all on NBC.
We'll be chopping and changing between ourselves as soon as IndyCar's sorted. I'm full-time back NASCAR. I think the last race of the year for IndyCar... Do we know who's covering what yet? Are you covering the IndyCar finale? Or are you taking NASCAR playoffs?
I have no clue, because that's Watkins Glen, so I'll have to see who's available and what the plan will be on that. That's very disappointing, though, that they're going to go off at the same time.
Idiots, really, aren't they? Yeah.
How in the world can you be that blind? Especially when one of those tracks has lights.
Couldn't. Oh, hello. That was doing well. Shake it into the pit lane. Yeah, we should just do Nashville at night. Would be brilliant. Kills us, but it would be fantastic.
Watkins Glen at 3. That's always a quick race. Nashville starts at 6.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Makes it worse
what
at NBC,
goes on in the minds of these people. Is Dixon and Power were wheel to wheel there.
The thing is, it's
Dixon
NBC as well. It's NBC that have decided the start times for both series. That's one thing I don't get. That's what because Fox have promised, haven't they, that never the two will clash next year, which is great. So yeah.
Yeah, well, hope that won't happen. So yeah.
Oh, what a shame. I'm here on that day because it's a 12 p.m. start on the event that I'm going to.
Oh, so you are here?
What a shame.
You are here or you're not here?
I am here.
Oh, good.
I may go over to USN though.
Well, yeah, because I'll be covering IndyCar finale. That's where I'll be because IndyCar finale. Whoever
that's
has
the other thing too that throws kind of a wrench in that is that Watkins Glen, being a road course,
is quick.
I need more people for that.
Yeah.
To cover the track.
So take JT, have him. I'll take Jackson on IndyCar. Have Jack as well, the little owl. Take little owl. He's really good. Just nick everybody, Matt. Nick everyone.
Just frustrating that those are. I just don't see how that's possible for the TV network.
Yeah.
To get that all wrong. I can't believe it, honestly.
Just leave me Jackson, I'll be fine. I'll call the end of the year. And then as soon as it's done, I'll be straight over to the remaining NASCAR season. I'm nervous about understanding the playoffs. It's going to be confusing me every week. I'm going to be texting Matthew saying, what happens this week?
Well, it's a good job I'm here.
That is true also. And Jack's here too as well. But I'm seriously going to be rewatching the NASCAR Netflix documentary just to get my head around everything a little bit more.
Now I'm just thinking here too. you will probably, if I'm guessing, you'll probably have to miss the playoff races at Las Vegas and Miami, because that'll be the U.S. Grand Prix and the Mexican Grand Prix.
Ah, yeah. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
And you might even miss Martinsville too, which is the penultimate race, because that day is the Brazilian Grand Prix.
Oh no, Brazil starts at 4 here, so it should be finished by 6. So it should be fine.
Okay, so that'll be fine. Very good. Very good.
I believe.
Well, that's good. So that way you only miss Watkins Glen, Las Vegas, and Miami.
Which is great, because you get the playoff, which is what we wanted to do to start with, wasn't it? To share the playoffs and share the season. Although, I will point out to everyone, the original plan was for this to take less stress off Matthew. Matthew so far has done nearly every race this year and has not allowed me to take any of the ones that I do. It was designed so that we could have time off. But Matthew has not taken much off. I've done more INDYCAR.
Why do that?
Yeah, that's true. I've done more INDYCAR though. That's helped out. As we lost a thing. Go on, JT.
You need to remember, none of us know what time off is.
Well, that's true. I mean, I had a week off, and I went to Donington to a World Superbike race. So yeah, I clearly know what time off means.
Yeah, it's funny. I was thinking a couple of days ago, what races have I not done? I didn't do Coda.
Yeah, I did that.
I'm starting to think that's the only one.
Can't be. I've covered twice. I know I have. Definitely know I've covered twice.
I can't think in my mind the other one. Anyway, we're talking about all of this. McLaughlin and Newgarden are in a really good battle for the lead, and Power, for that matter.
Matt was with us again at one of the races when you weren't there.
Oh, I know. The Coca-Cola 600.
That's it,
I didn't do.
Yeah.
Yes, because of the madness at Indy. So yes.
Didn't miss much. As McLaughlin laps traffic, he's the leader at the moment to Newgarden. But, to be fair with the Coca-Cola 600, even we didn't do the start of that. It was NASCAR radio in the first stage, and then me and JT rocked up at stage 2, did about 25 minutes, and was stuck for 4 hours.
Oh gosh.
Power moves to the inside line, laps the 45 car of Christian Lundgaard. 69 laps to go. McLaughlin leads Newgarden Power. Penske 1, 2, 3. It's happened, everyone.
It has happened.
That must be 3 races you haven't done, Matthew. Matt's been with us twice. So you must not have done 3.
Yeah, I'm sure I can go through the spreadsheet and find it at some point, but I can't.
I
can't off the top of my mind remember most things.
I know I didn't do Sonoma because that was the same day as the Le Mans 24-hour race, and that would have killed me. And I
Thanks
know,
for that, Josh, by the way.
No worries. And I know I withdrew from the All-Star race about 3 hours before because I was very ill. I remember that. So
Thanks
I was
for that again, Josh.
No worries. You were up until 1 a.m. Don't know what you're on about. It was nothing. Yeah. So I've backed out of a couple.
Dixon's in.
I do have to say, I have really enjoyed, one, being able to come together and do all the NASCAR races, because it's a heck of an accomplishment to be able to cover all of them, 36 points races and 2 exhibitions.
Fantastic.
So I'm very grateful about that. I will say I've missed doing as much INDYCAR because last year we did, Matt and I did so much INDYCAR, and this is only the 3rd or 4th INDYCAR race I've done all year.
Yeah, we've taken the rest.
That's how little. Yeah, that's how little that I've done personally. Is Newgarden, McLaughlin got caught up in traffic, and Newgarden's having to slice through traffic, and McLaughlin's going high around cars, and Newgarden's having to as well.
He's in the wall!
And Newgarden gets out and spins.
Yellow's out. Newgarden just losing it out of 2. He'll keep going, and he only loses a place to Malukas and Power. Very lucky boy, but I knew that was coming. It was too much coming through turn 1 and 2. Newgarden continues. He was lucky boy.
Great save. My goodness, you lucky little rascal.
New pants, please, for Joseph Newgarden. And this is going to help everybody who was coming to the end of their fuel stage pit stops. Doesn't help Dixon. Dixon just left the pit lane before the caution came out.
Yeah, that's rough.
Oh, 15 seconds after he came out of the pit lane, the caution came out. He was at turn 2. Right. I need to go to the Mexican road track, says Rod Brown. Well, there was rumours we were going to the same track that Formula 1 used in Buenos Aires in Argentina, thanks to Agustin Canapino's popularity. Thankfully, everyone
that went well, didn't it?
Yeah, everyone kind of remembered he's a bit of a... yeah, so yeah, that's gone. Same actually, because the track was great, and Buenos Aires is a lovely place as well, but...
Now, of course, there's real talk that NASCAR could be going to Mexico City next year, too. They want badly an international race, and it sounds like Canada fell through last year in Montreal, and it doesn't sound like that talks there have gotten much better. So NASCAR might be going to Mexico next year. Matt and I have always said IndyCar should absolutely be in Mexico. Could you imagine the crowd that would show up just for Pato Award alone?
And they've got an oval at the infield section anyway, at the Mexico City Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. So they've got oval there.
I do expect NASCAR to be there next year, and I expect them to be on the road course. Because now they have driven that course before.
They have, yeah.
The one you just mentioned, Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, the Busch Series, as it was then, ran there in 2004, 5, 6, and 7. And I anticipate that being on the schedule when it finally comes out. I do like the point that Rod made here in the comments. IndyCar has marketed itself as just one race, the 500. Yes, they have. You're absolutely right about that. Now,
lead us in.
Yeah.
You have to figure out if that's good or bad. Some people say good, some people say bad.
I say bad because the countdown to Indy, the 100 Days to Indy documentary, great, but you've got 16 other races in the season. Advertise one of those.
Yeah.
Megan's heartbroken that we're not going to the Nashville street circuit, by the way, anymore. She was on about it in MotoGP earlier.
True. She might be the only one.
She might be. It's just
Is that because that's where the 10 pit stops happen?
Yeah. It has just dawned on me, though, that we've got a MotoGP race to commentate on tomorrow. Like, literally, this second dawned on me. So, yeah, lap 200. 61 to go. Well, let's take this second for a break, shall we, from ourselves up here in the comments box, and hand over to Tom Gaymore and check out what he's been saying in the race.
Well, that caution from Joseph Newgarden could have scuppered things for Team Penske. Unlikely, but this is going to make things really interesting. We've just seen two of the Penskes on pit road, but Will Power and David Malukas, well, they have stayed out. And that is because there is 59 laps to go, and that is a long way to go on a tank with no save. So, what is going to happen? Well, Power and Malukas, they're going to have to stop. If they don't stop now, in about 20 laps or so, that will be a green flag stop, unless we see more caution. And Scotty Mack and Joseph Newgarden, well, they filtered into third and fourth, having just stopped. And then you've got the likes of Palou, Colton Herta and Marcus Armstrong, 7th, 8th and 9th. Well, they're in the same boat as Will Power and Malukas. So not everyone came in that time around. Will that be the strategy to be on for Scotty Mack and Joseph Newgarden? Or has Will Power and that third car the option to split the strategy? Team Penske played a blinder. Well, he's got David Malukas and quite a lot of other cars. Alex Palou, Colton Herta, Marcus Armstrong, Fittipaldi as well on that. So there's some intelligent people up and down pit lane who have made the call not to come in that last opportunity.
Some radio messages there.
So 58 laps to go this time around.
Okay, let's get the latest from JT, who's, I believe, got a preview for us, if OBS wants to work, because I think I might just crash it by pressing 2. I did crash it by pressing 2. Go on, JT, what have you got?
Matthew, this is what I get up to in the most randomest of things, where if you thought a car failing an MOT was bad, well, you haven't seen banger racing.
This is going to be fun.
This is something that happened in the meeting.
Drivers in pit road, by the way. Go on.
Yeah, it'll be 1 minute into the video that I upload to my channel, and it'll also be somewhere in the members' video as well, as that's all raw. But these cars were a little bit worse for wear.
Oh! Oh my God! Oh!
My.
And for those of you listening on USON, we're seeing 4 cars piling to the back of each other on the JBMotorsports members videos.
Yeah, where's this one? Here we go. Let me rewind it, because I can. This car also got demolished.
Yellow flag pits.
Quite bad.
Yellow flag pits up for Ferrucci, VK, Palou, Hertz, and several others down pit lane. Ooh. Palou beats Hertz out.
Last race of the day, 50 cars, 4 cars finished.
Yeah.
And it ended with a track blockage where the cars couldn't go anywhere, so literally every single car had to smash into the back of another car to make space. One of the cars even moved the massive concrete barrier.
Oh my God.
Let me try and find one. Yeah, one of them moved one of... Why is it not working? Yeah, one of them moved one of these massive concrete slabs.
Oh, jeez.
This is some photos. By the way, I took a lot of photos.
We can tell.
The first image had code... Let me see. Basically, I have my USB drive, so it's got everything. There's JBMotorsports file. This is, it goes pretty deep of every single meeting I've been to. First one was 615. Final one was 1837. So I took over 1,200 photos.
Good Lord.
So just. Where is it? Yeah, that car was pretty knackered.
We're coming to the restart.
Pretty knackered.
Right, one more time
We will return if there is another caution, which there probably will be.
In about 5 seconds. How it usually works, isn't it? Right, ready to go again for 54 laps here, the St. Louis 500. At the last corner. Come on, come on, come on. Green flag, we're racing. Power gets away from Malukas. 3 wide further back already, down to turn 1. McLaren's involved in that too. 5 wide in the back stretch, Matthew, as well. They're going insane.
Yeah, they are going insane at the back. That was a great restart, though, from Will Power. I mean, he just blasted away, and now Scott McLaughlin, who had lap cars between himself and Power, and Malukas for that matter, has to start getting to it, and he is.
Newgarden getting on the back then. He's got to get ahead of McLaughlin. Got very lucky with only losing 2 places. Malukas now can sense a victory if he can get ahead of Power. And he's already trying to go out Dixon to lap traffic. To say, oh, he's not learned a thing, has he?
He's going to the outside again. That's exactly where he lost it to bring out the caution. And look at these cars all the way to the white line on the back straightaway. One of the McLarens was almost on the apron.
Super dangerous there, JT, as they come through. Nearly at the wall again, as round the outside. Is that, can't say if that's it's Nolan Siegel, isn't it? Nearly gets forced into the wall.
Yep, absolutely, side by side. And that is Connor Daly, who is a million laps down. Oh wow, only 2. Okay, after that incident. I'm surprised about that, to be fair. Rossi overtakes Rosenquist for 5th, 52, now 51 laps to go as Power completes another lap.
Oh, there's JT's clear observations as well, with a million laps down. Oh no, only 2. That works. Oh,
my excuse is that I am video editing and commentating at the same time.
I love being with you guys so much.
We love it too. Is that it all starts off really professional? We get to about 100 and what? Now we're now 200 laps in or something like that, and we're like, yeah, we've lost the plot now. Let's just get to the end. It's like, forget the marathon. It's like, it's like the other day I went on a 25-mile bike ride, and it was the last 2 miles home that I felt really like, I can't do this. I can't. It's like, I was going down. I was nearly dead. Go on.
I was still trying to work out what in the world you were doing, because I was seeing that you were at this one place, and then it was pitch black and you were still there, and then like a couple of days later you just turned up there again. It's like, you really like that one place, don't you? Where you doing the thing where your left side of your body was in the eastern hemisphere and your right hand side body was in the west hemisphere.
It's the meridian line, yeah. It's a good spot. I forgot you can see my location.
No, you put it on your Snapchat story.
I know I did that as well, but you can see my snap as well.
Can I? I didn't.
Should be able to.
Let me see if I can stalk JB, because I've never actually looked north on the map.
Oof.
I can't.
Hang on a minute. Are you sure?
Good. Here comes Kirkwood on a move on the 45 of Lundgaard, who is 2 laps down, not a million.
You should be able to, JT. It says you can.
I now can.
Oh, there we go. I mean, it was quite funny, that North line. No, that was when I went on a bike ride. Considering right, JT, you know where I live, and considering you know where the North line is, it's quite a long way on bike.
Well, I know where some of the line is, but not in relation to where it is.
Anyway, back to the action.
We do so well with keeping on topic at 1:30 in the morning.
I know, it's quite funny. I wonder why people tune into us at some point. I really do. If there's any big happens, we shout about it. Just as Power comes across the line, I just desperately want to hit the thing because it's not working. 44 to go. Power's going to win this, isn't he, Matthew, by a breeze?
Yeah, he's been the best car since the start. I don't think there's any doubt about that. But everyone still has to make a pit stop. Yeah, I do wonder about Newgarden here a little bit. So I've been watching timing and scoring here a little bit. Newgarden has backed his pace way down after the restart. He pitted on lap 199, so with about 60 to go. I wonder if he is pedaling here to try to make it the distance without having to stop for fuel again. Malukas is pitting here, but I wonder if Newgarden is pedaling here and hoping to not have to stop again.
So we'll keep an eye on him as it's McLaughlin, Newgarden, Power. Power pits too. So Will Power dives in and changes over. I believe the timing tower, by the way, is catching up slightly on the driver tracker, so that's why it's going a bit crazy. Power dives in. Slow pit lane, really long here.
Yeah, very long. Starts on the, it starts in turn 4, on the Exeter 4.
Of course, to accommodate NASCAR that have 37 entries at this event. We really did enjoy the Illinois 400. It was here. God. Who names these NASCAR races, honestly? We've had 2 Ally 400s and 2 Cookout 400s.
Uh-huh.
I mean, whoever decided to name the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix what it is, yeah.
Oh yes.
That is the worst thing ever to say at the start of a race. It was so bad, Crofty said, F it, I'm not doing it this year, and gave it to Harry Benjamin. Which is weird, because Crofty actually likes Imola.
I like Imola too.
Yeah,
but
nice.
again, I'm an Italian fan. I'm a fan of all things Italian.
Monza coming up soon for Formula 1. Next week, in fact, isn't it? Yeah,
It could be worse with if I was talking about the meeting that I'm going to on the 1st of September, everything that's going on about that. The iFactor Fast and Furious event, American Cup Cars Apex Belton Championship, the Junior American Cup Cars Apex Belton Championship, the Mod Stocks Champion of Champions, Rebels Southern Shootout Championship, UK Modified Southern Championship, and Stocks Karts Gold Top Qualifier. Why is there so many championships in one meeting? Because it's a Fast and Furious event, and yes, the American Cup Cars is going on members. I have got that written in my schedule. Because it's NASCAR related.
Do you see the pit wall there for Scott McLaughlin watching on?
They haven't brought him to pit road yet, so I'm interested to see how long he might choose to go here.
Gotta go super long.
By the way, I did want to just pull this up to make sure I had it right. You're talking about who names these races. There was a NASCAR Busch race in 2004 at Pikes Peak. The Gold's Pump. No. The Gold's Pumps ITT Industries Salute to the Troops 250 presented by Trim Spa.
What the hell?
Yes.
Okay. Gold Pump.
Yeah, Gold's Pumps ITT Industries Salute to the Troops 250 presented by Trim Spa Dream Body.
I must have missed that bit in Goldfinger when Shirley Bassey's singing Gold Pump. That's a whole different. That's the porn version. I'm telling you right now as well.
Oh God!
What the hell is that as a title? Jesus Christ! Here's Felix Rosenquist on the back now of Rossi, in fact. McLaughlin leading by 3.2 seconds to Newgarden. The things we get up to. By the way, if NASCAR does run tomorrow, it would be called off at this time because the circuit has no lights.
That's right.
Which I think is the...
And if we're still on the air at this time, no one will want to talk to me.
You're calling in tomorrow, aren't you?
I am.
Who have you got?
It is Seth and I for Michigan.
Yep.
It will be that same crew for Daytona and Darlington. And Matt is back with us for Atlanta. And Matt is going to be with us for 9 of the 10 playoff races, missing only Bristol.
Ooh, very good, very good. I have to try and link up at the end of the season after Phoenix, like in the closing stages. Get us all on one big camera. Actually, that's not a bad idea.
Take a class picture.
Yes, class picture. Everyone's on there.
Is that gonna be a challenge of how many cameras can the JB Motorsports OBS setup support?
I'll cheat. I'll put us in full screen on the monitor and just go MacBook full screen.
Now that is cheating.
So I have to say, I'm very intrigued here how long McLaughlin's going to try to go.
Yeah.
And I still think Newgarden might be trying to make it the rest of the way. He last pitted on 199, so like I said, about 61 to go.
He can do it because of that caution we had.
Yeah, so I'm starting to think Newgarden could pull off a St. Louis spin and win.
Oh, if he can do it, well, that is named in the gods for that maneuver. Rossi dives in.
Spin and win underneath the arch.
Interesting. Rossi's only getting 10 laps worth of fuel put in here. I've just heard come over the back chat radio. So it was a 3-second stop. Yeah, no new tyres, just fuel. Back with us on USA, if you're watching along with us. McLaughlin leads, feathering that throttle. Yet to stop as the sun is setting. We might literally just end with the first darkness. That's how quick this race has been. Why not just do it now? Although I know why, because we would have not made it to 3 o'clock in the morning, but still.
That is right. I know as I get older, I don't want to be up past 9 o'clock these days. It's really quite ridiculous.
I'm with you there. I'm with you.
Like,
I had a nap.
I'm becoming such an old person.
I had a nap. I hate naps. I never take naps. I got so tired, I went to bed at 6 and woke up at 8:45, and then I went to do the Richie's charity race commentary on the esports as McLaughlin laps Herta, who's in 4th, by the way. So only the top 3 are on the lead lap.
How?
See, I'm the same way, by the way. I don't take naps either.
Yeah.
And I actually took one 2 weeks ago because I didn't go to work that day because they closed work because of the hurricane.
Yes.
And I ended up taking a nap, and I woke up and I felt awful.
I did the same thing. I was like, I wish I hadn't done that now. Oh, new garden in the center.
How insane is Richie, by the way?
Richie's mad.
At this current moment.
Richie's doing a 24-hour commentary. He's not doing all the time, but he's organised the charity event, the race, the 24 hours for mental health.
But then he is also stuck in his room for 10 days straight.
Yeah, he's got COVID, isn't he?
He's got COVID, yes, and because of his mum, he can't leave the room.
So yeah, Richie's
By the way,
stuck.
I just look to confirm. McLaughlin and Newgarden pitted on the same lap, so they're on the same strategy actually.
Yeah.
So Newgarden, McLaughlin, and Rosenquist are on the same strategy, and Colton Herta pitted 4 laps later than them. So this is actually going to be quite the race. So if Newgarden was pedaling a bit, I don't think he can now because he's actually racing McLaughlin for this win here.
Yeah, it's all going to change up now, isn't it? I must admit, I feel for Richie a little bit there because when I got COVID last year during Saudi Arabia, I commentated on the race and I had to isolate in the room. No one was within the box. It was all sterilised as well afterwards. But I had to isolate for 10 days because of Dad. And it drives you up the wall. I've never felt more it was really bad. Yeah, it was really, really bad. Yeah. If I'm not well, then I take naps. That's to go back to our point then. Yeah. Rosenquist boxes. So this is his last stop of the day. Fuel only again, Matthew. No tyres. Same as again.
Okay. Rosenquist on the same strategy as McLaughlin and Newgarden, as I said, but he's come in for fuel. So I don't know. Are McLaughlin and Newgarden saving any fuel here? Is the question? Is this Malukas going after Power? It is.
It is. Power's on the outside. Contact! And round goes Malukas! And he's into the wall! Power takes out Malukas! And surely a red flag will have to come out with only 21 laps to go!
Oh, no!
Always the bridesmaid is David Malukas at this place. And Power might get a penalty for that because he chopped him off.
Oh, come on. No. That's impossible.
Malukas is going to be angry with that.
That could have legitimately been a pass for the win if the top 3 couldn't make it on fuel. Oh my good gracious. I hope he's okay.
That was
medical
big.
team. Yeah, it was quite a hard hit as well, the way that went round middle of turn 2. I can see he's giving a thumbs up. I just saw in the cockpit there. So it'll just be... Yeah, he'll be weighted. I think we're going to go to a red flag to clear the track up because I think we're running out of lap time, so we could be in a stoppage here.
Oh, gosh.
You know how IndyCar like to finish these under green, and they don't have overtime yet. If IndyCar introduces overtime, I might just go over there and push Roger Penske off the top of the pagoda for that little perch he has.
Here at JB Motorsports, we do not do threats to absolutely anyone at all.
Unless you are the list of the following. Malukas is out of the car with help of the AMR safety crew, and he is A-OK. Hey, JT, I'll chat to you. Don't forget your other employer, USRN. You have to add that in.
Yeah. The only people that we may threaten is myself when I moonlight.
And Lance Stroll.
Oh, this is so sad. Oh.
That was Power. He cut him off into 2. Look, Power. Malukas is entitled to the space. Power just comes down. In my book, that is Power's fault. He's deliberately... Well, he did that back at Phoenix a couple of years ago. Do you remember? Caused a huge accident then. Malukas is alongside. Power's there. And he just comes down further and hits him.
All the time you have to leave this space. All the time.
Are they? I don't think they're red flagging the race. They're not red flagging the race. AMR
And here
safety,
comes
yeah.
McLaughlin and Newgarden to pit now.
Perfect timing.
These two had a lap on everybody else.
Hertz is going to inherit the lead here.
Well, he was a lap down too.
Oh, what's going on now? So Penske warned themselves brilliantly here. Who's in? Kirkwood, McLaughlin, Newgarden, Carpenter, Grosjean, Lundgaard, Dixon, Rosenquist.
I think if it hits 10, they may red it. But if it goes green and then instantly goes yellow again, I think then
they'll red it. Yeah. I know there needs to be 5 laps to do the restart. And he's got him!
Beating McLaughlin out!
Well, how did that happen?
Physics.
Oh my gosh. I am just so disappointed. Just poor David Malukas. Ugh.
It's one of the worst things to happen there.
That has to break your heart.
Oh yeah.
That has to break your heart.
100% has to. It's ridiculous what's happened there. Colton Herta did not take the race lead because he's lapped down, yeah. Look at that. Number 2 crew, very happy. So it's Newgarden who's inherited the lead in the pit stop ahead of McLaughlin. Herta stays 3rd, Power's 4th. And they'll regroup from there and see where they go. What an interesting run around. Am I a bit alarmed? Yes. I will admit. Let's have a look at it. This is Newgarden in the pit stop again. And splash and dash fuel. They got the tyres done. It was out immediately. They didn't have to wait for the fuel. That's why they got through. So it was all ready for them. That's a nice, clean stop there. That is smooth from the 2. Very smooth.
Yeah, he stopped right on his marks. Perfect stop. Remember, a handful of years ago, Newgarden won this race in very controversial fashion after making contact with a teammate that was Simon Pagenaud in the final laps. He and McLaughlin are going to have to go for it here. This is going to be a fist fight between teammates.
The race is on.
Now here's the question. Did Herta and Power, did they get waved around? Are they going to be on the lead lap or not?
Yeah, I didn't think of that actually.
And if so, are they going to be lined up behind Newgarden and McLaughlin, or will there be cars between them?
It's going to be one of these I have to keep an eye on, isn't it? So, Herta's registered on the lead lap. Herta got through, so did Power, Lundqvist, Rossi, and Palou. So it's the top 7 on the lead lap. Everyone else is a lap down. That's according to our monitors.
But again, even if they get to line up directly behind Newgarden and McLaughlin, or if there's cars between them, Herta and Power and Lundqvist, they have so many more laps on their tires than Newgarden and McLaughlin, who now have fresh tires. So unless Newgarden and McLaughlin crash into each other, the race is between them. Herta and Power on old tires will not be able to mount a challenge.
Could be a funny situation here where Newgarden and McLaughlin take each other out with 2 to go. Herta and Power a lap down, might not actually get the lead. I wonder that's ever happened before.
Now that's Linus Lundqvist from 5th position pitting.
Palou's in 2, just behind. Daly in. Kirkwood's back in again. Siegel's in 2. Okay. Change the game plan again.
Palou has had Alex Palou coming to a place where I don't think he particularly likes, but with the point lead that he's had, he's ran a very clean race.
My computer's starting to reject me. It's saying I've been doing this for 2.5 hours now. With the iPad, it's having a bit of a paddy. I wish it would be fine for IndyCar for NASCAR tomorrow. It's really annoying. NASCAR is easy to broadcast, but we don't have the right TV pictures. IndyCar, we have the right TV pictures, but it's hard to broadcast. I'd love it if, to be honest with you, yeah. I wish the driver tracker was, Oh! Race control have instructed all lapped cars to drive through the pit lane, not stop for service, and get their lap back. So everyone's going to be in the race. Talk about controversy.
Well.
Oh, that is... So, look, they're all coming in now. That's surprising. Yep. So they're all getting their lap back. So Rosenquist down to Carpenter, getting their lap back in the pit lane.
Now that's that's very intriguing.
They've split the pack. Don't like that. Surely it would have been easier to bring the leaders through the pit lane instead of put the lap cars through the pit lane. What was the reasoning for the call there? This is Newgarden's spin.
Yeah, trying to figure out why that is. Why is that happening?
Well, they're not going to get their lap back because they're going to be a lap down still. So that hasn't really worked out the way they wanted it to, is it? They've got that massively.
And the point of that manoeuvre being?
They've separated the 7 lead cars and put everyone else a lap down.
So so they're lining everyone up. So Herta, Power, Rossi, 3rd, 4th, 5th, they're lining them up behind Newgarden and McLaughlin, and they're still on the lead lap.
Yeah.
I just don't understand what was the point of bringing them to pit road. Again, and we're coming to the restart again, the point remains, everyone behind Newgarden and McLaughlin have about 40-lap old tires, while Newgarden and McLaughlin are on fresh tires, Josh. So I still don't think they're going to be much of a factor. I think this is going to be a battle between Newgarden and McLaughlin. Let's go.
Coming to the restart. We're going again here. Oh, big accident!
Oh.
Power's out of the race. He's been smashed off by Rossi. And out goes Alex Palou. The title contenders hit the wall at the end of the race and to bring out the red flag. What happened there? They all concertinaed up on each other. Power's out. Oh, red flag, race stopped. Race is stopped. So the race is stopped immediately. Race control displaying the red flag out. And all hell breaks loose. Power's out. He hit the wall twice. As the field starts to come in, the 7's out of the race. That's Rossi. So Power, Rossi, Grosjean, Malukas is involved in this. Sorry, I've got that one wrong. Malukas is already out of the race. I'm reading out who's left out on the track. Apologies about that one. So it's Power, Rossi, and Harvey, and Grosjean. Oh, Matthew, it's blowing the championship wide open as the red flag's out.
I don't know what happened there.
Well,
yeah, we're gonna have to wait for a replay. Rossi's standing with 1 foot on the safer barrier. Power's already climbed across the safer barrier. Well, Newgarden was bringing everyone down so slowly.
Yeah, it was a bit weird that they went to the grid. Let's take a look at it again, Matthew.
Honestly, Newgarden probably needs to be penalized for this. He's brought him down. Oh my God, Rossi has just run all over the top of Power. Nowhere for Grosjean to go.
Where's Harvey?
Who is the other car?
Harvey hit the wall. It's Harvey, Grosjean involved in that too.
Gosh.
So
Herta. Oh my goodness, who was that just slipped by? Was that Herta?
Herta slipped by, yeah, he's still third.
I'm sorry, Herta was in front of Power. Someone just slipped by underneath Power. Oh my Lord, Rossi's looking at the sky.
It was Linus Lundqvist, Matthew. Lundqvist up into fifth.
There you go.
Yeah. Palou got involved in that too. Now, has Palou got damaged wing? Let's take a look. There's Lundqvist going down. Palou had damage too. I'm looking for him on the monitor because he's had contact with Jack Harvey because we saw secondary contacts. So, yeah, I need to see Palou's monitor. The race is stopped, by the way. I don't know why we haven't gone to full red here.
So I think that car that goes underneath Power, is that Palou? Like what? So
right,
yeah, this is Palou. Palou goes underneath Power.
Yes,
Look at that.
Yeah, so is it there's Harvey getting involved. Oh, and Siegel had contact as well. So it's Harvey.
Oh my gosh.
Right, so it's Harvey who's got the broken rear wing, not Palou.
So Palou
red flags out.
Absolutely. Palou has absolutely Scott Dixoned this and missed the crash, while a lot of his title rivals have gotten involved. Dylan Welch is trying to catch up with Will Power. Will is very upset, but I think we're going to hear from him now.
That restart, there was a lot going on. What is your take on who did what wrong there?
The leader, whoever's leading, like where he's supposed to go, like in between 3 and 4, he just waited, then he went, he stopped, he stopped, and I knew that was going to happen. As soon as I checked up, because he checked up again, I knew I was going to get pounded. So, man, disappointing. We had such a good car. Like we just get to like the last 10 laps of the last 2 races and have bad luck, but we'll keep fighting and see if we can get the Verizon Chevy up there, and that's pretty tough now from here, but I don't know why. I do not know why they would just keep backing up and going, not going. I do not understand it. Anyway.
Yeah. Thanks, Will.
See, they're gonna have to do something about this in IndyCar, because this has happened how many years in a row at Indianapolis, and really it's happening on all the ovals now, where the leader is not responsible on these restarts. And I tell you what it's going to come to, guys, is the more and more stuff like this happens, you're going to have to put in a restart zone, just like NASCAR has. Because this is ridiculous. He hit it, just as I said before we went to Will, I said it, Will's backed me up. Newgarden has absolutely, he should be penalized for that. That's ridiculous. To go, stop, just like Will was saying, Newgarden has just, oh gosh.
Destroyed,
that's ridiculous.
It's changed, he's benefiting the championship.
When you get on the accelerator, you can't then stop again. No, that's not how it works.
Once again, the red flag comes out late stage in this race. As JT said, if it's below 10 to go, you'll see that red flag come out. It happened immediately on the restart. We went straight to red flag situation. He's steady on the pace until almost out of turn 4, says Christopher. Dihan. Let's have a look at it. Yeah. So he just didn't hit the accelerator, and everyone else jumped. So, what do you make of it, JT?
Yeah, that's definitely a hard one, isn't it? But I believe
let's
he's
hear.
got an interview down
But
a bit
ultimately, it's got you guys the lead. How tough will it be to hold off McLaughlin here?
Yeah, I mean, it's really unfortunate, obviously, with Will getting caught up in that. That's the last thing we wanted. So, yeah, we'll see how the rest of it plays out. Obviously, the team's done a great job all day and done a great job in the pits. But, yeah, it's a shame it ended up that way.
What's the strategy been like for you on top of the box trying to keep up with all of this? And even amongst the team, you guys are on 3 different plans.
Well, I'm hoping he can get a spin and win out of it, but we got a little bit of work to do.
All right, it's tense down here for sure, guys, with 8 laps to go.
Let's check in with NBC. Oh, Will Power calling his teammate a, well, mother bleeper.
Animated Will Power there, discussing with Ron Rzuski.
INDYCAR is allowing teams to change visors.
I would say let's go down to NBC, but their coverage of this is, you know, barely talking. So, yeah, there's just no acceleration, Matthew, is there, for Newgarden? And it almost catches out McLaughlin, but it does catch out Power. And obviously,
and you see, the green light comes on.
Look at Palou,
and
he jumps.
Newgarden is just, we've got to clean these restarts up in IndyCar. This is awful.
Feel sorry for Grosjean, goes down low to try and avoid it, but ends up getting picked into it. But I don't think he had too much damage. Did he? Front wing only. He might get away with that. He has gone back to the pit lane though, man, Grosjean. He's in 19th place at the moment.
Yeah, the two Huncroft's Hollinger cars right at the back of the field.
This is so annoying. We've only got 3.5 minutes left to run of this race. Probably it's probably going to be less than 2 minutes when we go green again.
And of course, I was under the impression by what everybody tells me is that crashes late in races only happen in NASCAR.
Yeah.
Oh, I pressed my...
Oh, right. When's the green? This is interesting. When's that green flag come out?
So the green light
now
on the left of the, right there. Yeah.
And Palou moves, Rossi moves. Top 4 don't. Oh.
Now with that said, that's not where they've been restarting through the race.
Yeah.
Because on earlier restarts, the leader will accelerate in the corner.
Yeah.
Newgarden is completely out of the corner and onto the straightaway before he accelerates and creates that.
I definitely did notice that Newgarden.
Let's listen on board.
Not accelerating, but let's have a look on board.
This is into 4. Hasn't accelerated. He gets touched by McLaughlin, then he pushes it.
But now I'm not a racing driver, but when I see green,
I go.
That means go.
Yeah.
It isn't rocket science, guys.
Is that going to be a penalty for Joseph Newgarden that could hand the race win to Scott McLaughlin? Be it Colton Herta.
Please no, because I need my pick a winning point. Thank you.
Is Colton Herta about to do the double? Toronto, 27 days later, Illinois. Let's take another look at it. This is on board with McLaughlin. Now watch McLaughlin. He accelerates and touches the back. Ready? Look, ready? Green light comes on and he touches the back. He almost tipped Newgarden. Yeah.
I think Newgarden just massacred that restart. I think that's a terrible job by him.
So,
and we're gonna have to start either. We gotta clean the restarts up with some kind of restart zone, or we're gonna have to start penalizing these guys for doing this madness. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Stop and start. That should be a penalty. It's really dirty.
Yeah.
That was unbelievably bad.
Oh, it's terrible.
That was her just saying
I absolutely agree with Colton there.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree with Colton. got to start penalizing these guys if they're going to play those stupid games on restarts. That's so dangerous.
Could have killed them. Don't like seeing cars go up in the air at ovals, especially on restarts.
We have had a lot of airborne cars this year in IndyCar.
Too many,
It be road course, street course, oval, but I believe we've got an interview with David Malou.
Down to Georgia.
Been released from the IndyCar medical unit. Was there anything that you would have done differently in that scenario?
Honestly, probably not. You know, I had a run, I set it up, I went down the inside, and, you know, I still need to look over the video to see how it was, but, you know, from my side, I don't know, I just felt like I came in.
George's mic's gone.
I mean, Power just came by and screamed at me. I mean, I don't even know if he got a penalty there, but I braked, I slowed down, I gave him as much room as I could, other than the curb, and he gave me a tap, and that was kind of it. You know, like, there's not much else I can do. He's screaming at me. Man, you have a whole second lane you can go up there. So, yeah, I would still continue to do the move. I thought it was a good move. I gave him the space. We slowed down. If he would have just stayed in that second lane, we would have been perfectly fine. We were side by side, and you come down, and you're going to hit me like that. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. We had a really good race, good car. I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah, it sucks.
I was just going to ask, moving forward to Portland, you had incredible speed all weekend. Are there positives you could take from the weekend?
Yeah. Sorry. It was just such a good weekend for us. I really wanted that result. Yeah, look, it was Toronto was a good result, and this was going to be another good one. The car was really good, and yeah, we'll carry this into Portland. It'll be good.
You can tell just how much this means to David Malukas.
He's emotional, crying almost. Congratulations.
It's just been such a. It's been a. Oh, the roller coaster he's been on, what, the last 8 months?
Yeah.
It's just been ridiculous.
Insanity. Absolute insanity. Track cleanup continuing. As we wait to see what's going to happen next. And we'll go for a restart, I presume. Just want to say congratulations to Georgia, by the way, who's our pit reporter and also the presenter on Formula E at the moment. Her and her partner expecting a baby in 2025.
Wow.
She's announced that she's pregnant in February. So I'm quite surprised that NBC are letting her walk around the paddock area with equipment that is very, very heavy. So I hope they are taking very good care of her. But yes, congratulations, Georgia. Let's go down. Another interview.
On that restart with Joseph and just how it kind of looked from your guys' perspective with you being the car that was right on him.
Well, first off, it's not just the two of us. I think we got the two best cars, yeah, but there's a couple guys there, you know, with Colton's been quick all the time and stuff, so it's still a challenge, but I do think the team's got the best cars. The restart, hey, he's the leader. He gets to control how he wants to restart, and everybody has to obey that until it says green, you know, and so it's up to Joseph, and that's how he does it, and that's fine, you know. He's the leader, that's why he got it, and that's why he's allowed to do that.
We are into the full nighttime phase of this race now. We did practice last night in
3
nighttime.
minutes.
Were you guys happy with your race cars kind of under these conditions with the track cooling down?
Yeah. Thankfully, we learned a lot last night. So, yeah, we set the car to be able to do this just in case. I mean, I love night races. So, you know, it's great that it's turned into a night race, and it's going to be, you know, these last 8 laps are going to be incredible.
Yeah, they are for sure. Thanks, Kyle. Going to be a lot of fun to watch all of these guys up front. The 5 cars on the lead lap here duke it out for the win.
They've got a better
But it isn't okay.
Yeah. Race control have requested that Ed Comer to take the restart from the pit lane, and they're going to try and get Will Power back. Oh, okay. Hello, we're back. Sorry about that. OBS crashed. Very unusual.
My power is too strong for you.
I think we might have to contend the last few laps without a driver tracker. I do apologise, ladies and gentlemen. But it has had a paddy on me. Like, it physically crashed the computer when I just tried to click it on. So I'll get ulterior arrangements quickly set up. I don't have any oh yes I do, somewhere. Ah, okay. I could do. Let's hear from Rob.
Don't do anything to jeopardize that. You know, tire degradation's been real good, so we're actually not concerned on the tire wear. We just need to make sure we have a good, clean last 8 laps here.
All right, thanks, Rob Edwards calling strategy for Colton Herta, and they're looking good right now in that 3rd spot. Had been a hard-fought day for them.
And it's kept him in the championship mix from starting 25th after a crash in qualifying where he might have been a contender at least for the front couple of rows.
But he got there.
Yeah.
He
drove his way there.
And it's going to be 3rd on this restart, up those 22 spots. And it's been a night filled with drama and unpredictability, but with a fast race car, Colton Herta's got himself right back to where he probably would have qualified.
And here's a look back at how he did it right from the beginning of the race. Absolute full commitment, full bravery, threading the needle on the start, 4 wide in a straightaway.
He didn't stop there. Gets to turn 1, makes a move on Scott Dixon. Takes a breath and goes right back to work on the back straightaway.
Herta made a great restart in this one.
Early here. He had to be down low in 1 and 2. Using lane 2 and 3 and 4. Great effort.
I think he picked up 7
just the beginning.
spots on that first lap.
7. He is insane. Right, we're going back to green, and we've got Omi's solution of the average speed and everything else as the driver tracker crashed on us, and I can't be bothered to fix it with only 2.5 minutes left to go of a race as well. Still got all your timing, Dietz, coming through. Dietz. God, it's details. English, Birch, English. This should be interesting, says Adam.
Well, I'll be interested to see how Newgarden goes about this restart, because that was a terrible, terrible restart last time, and he was the one that caused this accident. Not sure you can convince me any different than that. Not sure you can convince Will Power any differently of that.
Something tells me that the debrief's going to be fun.
I'll buy 3 tickets. I might need 2 seats. I might need to lay down as well. So 4 tickets.
I think we all need to lie down.
6 seats, please. We'll have the entire front row. Get the popcorn out.
Just video it for me and I'll catch up in the morning.
I need to get hold of Jackson and find out how you get the INDYCAR media login. Because we've got NASCAR, but we need media.
Wow. They have quickly taken the pace car off the track, so this is going to be a 6-lap shootout, and let's see how Newgarden MacGyvers this restart. He better not toy around with it this time.
Coming out of the last
McLaughlin
corner.
needs to be ready.
Go on, Matthew.
Yeah, McLaughlin needs to be ready.
Green! Racing! Newgarden down towards the pit wall. Herta under pressure from Palou. Only the top 5 have the lead lap here as well. Palou can sense a podium and more championship leads in the front. It's Newgarden leading by half a second to McLaughlin as we hit the backstretch.
Yeah, Palou needs to be very careful here over these last few laps. He has a top 5 finish in the bag. Plenty of points. Power's gone out. Dixon's not having a good night. Palou just needs to bring this home wherever he can, whether that's 4th or 5th. But Linus Lundqvist on fresh tires going after Colton Herta for 3rd.
Yeah, he wants that. He's going around the outside line, coming out of turn 2. Herta goes defensive, and he goes down low, forcing Lundqvist almost to the white line into turn 3 on the inside. And Linus Lundqvist goes to 3rd with a tremendous move on Herta.
That's a professional overtake there by Linus Lundqvist. Now he's 1.8 seconds off the leaders with 4 laps to go, and Newgarden, he mastered that restart. Had he just done that on the previous restart, we wouldn't have had any of that to deal with, and the race would have been over. So Newgarden away by a second on McLaughlin, another second to Lundqvist. Herta backsliding to 4th. Looks like he might be off the podium now.
He's just done the fast lap of the race as well as Joseph Newgarden at 175.517 mile an hour, JT. Here's the move again. That was a bit risky from Herta.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely risky from Herta, but gets it done does Linus Lundqvist. 3 laps to go in towards the final minute of this one.
Newgarden's going to have this one, I think. He managed to get the MacGyver manoeuvre that Matthew was on about. 2 to go. 50 seconds left, Matthew. Joseph Newgarden, a spin and win on the cards.
Yeah, this is amazing. I don't know how he kept it off the wall when he spun off of turn 2. Yeah, we know how talented he is. We know what a generational talent this is. But this is going to be broiled in controversy from his teammate Will Power as the white flag waves. Joseph Newgarden starts the final lap in St. Louis.
It's this guy in ovals. He just can't help himself. There's always something that attracts it to him. He's had a spin. He's caused a contact at the restart. There's nothing stopping him. He wants to be back in the championship hunt. He's put himself in that today. It's out of turn 3 and 4. It's a history maker. It's a spin and win here for the Bommarito Automotive Group 500. Joseph Newgarden wins in Illinois. It's a Penske 1-2 with Scotty Mack in second. And Linus Lundqvist finishes a fantastic third. Colton Herta 4th, and Alex Palou takes 5th, and Matthew Newgarden gets himself in a title fight.
Yeah, he was 8th in the championship standings coming in. Still a tough row to hoe from here for him, but this is a big victory, and for him to, I mean, we know how great he is on these ovals, but I don't think anyone would say he had the first or second best car here. I think he was 3rd in class behind his teammates Power and McLaughlin, but they played the strategy right. They got the caution at the right time for the Malukas crash. Again, a lot of controversy with that penultimate restart, but he absolutely nailed the final restart to perfection, and he's wheeled it into victory lane. Another win, another oval win for Joseph Newgarden.
JT, the fireworks go off as the night has fallen. What a race that was. It took a while to get there. What did you make of it? And certainly Hertz, I think, one of the stars.
Yeah, absolutely. Gained so many positions up to 4th at the end, starting from the back. Race Control have said that the incident on the backstretch between car 26 and 8 is under review, so we will keep you updated on that if we get anything before we go off air. But Joseph Newgarden maybe done some shenanigans to get the win, but he's done it. Now, something's telling me that some shenanigans to get the win in NASCAR and IndyCar is coming more regularly, as we talk about last week.
There's Scotty Mack watching on as well. Let's head down to pit road. Hear the latest.
This one, it was aggressive, but not uncommon for a restart.
Here's a winner for the 5th time here on the oval, just east of St. Louis Worldwide Technology Raceway. It's Joseph Newgarden. You said over the radio after the checker flag, we needed that one. Just how badly did you need it?
Well, I think the team needed it. You know, they've done a great job. On the 2 cars specifically, they've done a really good job. They've given me race-winning cars throughout the year, even past Indy, and, you know, they haven't materialized. So it's nice to get another one on the board. And, you know, the worst part about that is obviously the 12 not making it home. I mean, I hate that happened at the very end. I don't, you know, I mean, I watched it on the TV. It kind of looked like the green went out before I went, just momentarily. And
yes, because you don't control the restart.
I hate that happened. I mean, it's the last thing you want with 10 to go is to create a mess. So I wasn't trying to do that, but, you know, this team did an amazing job. We've had fast cars right from the start. And I'm just really proud to have the PVG car back in victory lane with Team Chevy.
Would you have done anything different on that last restart?
No. I mean, I was trying to go as late as I could at the end of the zone. I've done that a lot, so I wouldn't have done anything different.
Congratulations. Celebrate with your team. Joseph Newgarden, a 5-time winner here at Gateway.
Let's now take a look at the Pennzoil moment of the race.
Well, that's got to be the end of the race, right, surely, with the crash. No, it's a spin. Spin and win. Perry says hopefully Dixon can pull it out as well. Adam's going to get in the popcorn as well. Right, Matthew, needs an information request. How's USRN working? Should we go off here JB first and go to USRN?
We can go off at the same time. That's absolutely fine.
Perfect, okay. So, we're going to hear any more interviews. That's what I want to get hold of. Let's hear from Scotty Mack.
To a really hard-fought day and had a look at it there, but ultimately what was the difference for you guys at the end that allowed Joseph to get out?
Oh, look, it was a one-on-one with the teams in the pit stops, and we lost track position. But that last restart, for some reason, my hybrid didn't work, so I couldn't deploy, so I couldn't get close. But overall, really good night for the Dexter Chevy. I think we stuck it out. Obviously, pretty chaotic. We led a lot of laps, and we can be proud of the night.
What was the in-race kind of conversation and just kind of siphoning through all of the data and things that you guys were kind of trying to decide on with the strategy in the middle of the race?
It was pretty crazy. Obviously, we were just working fuel codes, and I was so glad when they actually let me run the gauntlet at the end before that last yellow. But obviously the restart happened, and that was just how it went. But I'm just super proud that we're able to bring a second home. I'm gutted we didn't get the win, obviously, but overall, Team Penske 1-2, can't be upset about that.
Yeah, Penske 1-2, Joseph Newgarden the winner, and Scott McLaughlin comes home second.
Fantastic. As we take a look at the final results then as well, Joseph Newgarden, Scott McLaughlin, Linus Lundqvist, Colton Herta, Alex Pillard, top 5, followed by Felix Rosenquist 6th, Nolan Siegel 7th, Marcus Armstrong is 8th, Stingray Rod 9th, Venus VK is 10th, Scott Dixon 11th, Santino Ferrucci is 12th, Connor Daly 13th, Pedro Fittipaldi 14th, Christian Lundgaard 15th, Roman Grosjean 16th, 17th Ed Carpenter, Will Power 18th, Alex Rossi 19th as well. Let's head down to the pits quickly and hear from Linus Lundqvist.
Doing it on an oval, that's got to feel nice.
I feel it's absolutely amazing, and the number 8 Chip Ganassi Racing Honda American Legion was absolutely on rails today. I want to give a big shout out to the American Legion. Obviously, they stuck through me this year, and we've had our ups and downs, but obviously, moments like this make it all worth it. I know that they have a heavy presence with all the Legionnaires here, so very happy to be able to stand on the podium, our second for the year. I love these moments. Just got to do more of them, and hopefully one day we'll be on the top step.
Another strong run for the rookie. Linus Lundqvist is third today.
I don't like the fact that was clearly the sponsors bit there, Matthew. It felt, I don't want to say it, but it felt a bit raw, didn't it? It's like, yeah, the car did great. Have a bit of passion. And that's what I'm missing.
Oh, yes. That's the PR answer to every question that gets put out there anymore. Yep. Oh, well.
Yeah, well, team photograph goes on now as well. I think they're about to shut off the broadcast over here, so I'll ask final thoughts shortly as Joseph Newgarden congratulates himself and a spin and win and a crash and win as well. Yeah, they are going off as well on there. JT, final thoughts from you ahead of this one?
Well, it was a good race. We unusually had a INDYCAR podcast, which we don't normally have. That normally stays on the NASCAR, but it was a good race overall. Newgarden, spin and win. Not the first one I've seen of that today, as there was a spin and win at one of the races that I was on today. But yeah, a really good race, and good to see Newgarden win it again. Maybe not with that final restart, but it is what it is.
Matthew, what about you? Thank you, first of all, for coming back on, because third year running we've done this one.
Well, huge thank you for inviting me on. This was a lot of fun. Glad we were able to do it. Really fun race. The first 50 laps was sensational. The race as a whole, really good. The finish was messy. What are you going to do? And Joseph Newgarden is just so good on these ovals. The penultimate restart was a mess, but a great race from Newgarden and from Penske. Will Power will be left frustrated. Big winner tonight is Alex Palou, because he finishes top 5. A bunch of title rivals finish well off the pace. So Palou is in full control of this championship now with, 4 races left. And off we go then. To Portland. Is that next week or the week after?
25th. A week.
Yeah, a week. So we go to Portland next week. Can't wait for that. And again, thank you guys for having me on. Heartbroken, by the way, for David Malukas. My gosh. His time's going to come. But that is heartbreaking tonight, for sure.
Thank you, Matthew. And USON tomorrow will have the NASCAR Cup Series race as well. We'll be having it on JBMotorsports as well. We might even link up depending on what the weather plays into the factor with it. So be sure to tune in there as well for all of the action. My thanks to Matthew for stepping into the comments box as well. Delighted to have you. I messaged him and said, what are your plans? He said, no one wanted to, so I'm not doing it. I said, come on, let's do it. 3rd year running. I think this is becoming a regular treat. Thanks to JT as well, who was supposed to be editing and stepped in for the race. And thanks to all of you.
Still am.
Yeah. Thanks to all of you on USON and on JB Motorsports as well for all the action here as well. Been a great night of entertainment. Worldwide Technology Raceway really does deliver here in Illinois. And it is Joseph Newgarden with a spin and win to get himself back in the title hunt. But Alex Palou finishing 4th. Definitely another hand on the title. 4 races left then as we head to Portland, a double at Milwaukee, and the season finale at Nashville. Less than a month to go. Are you ready for the end? The run starts now. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.